And we are live,
And
I
we're
think.
here. Yeah.
Boom.
You know what's crazy? Rob Reiner's son stabbed him to death.
That's a slide.
Oh,
Oh,
we
is
have
it?
a slide to that. Yeah.
Why do I send it to you guys if you don't even open it?
I looked at the slides.
I had a quick look. I didn't know it was that was in it.
Mm.
Reaper was just casting his mind for what was the spiciest story we can throw into the first 3 seconds of a live stream?
Well, I was scrolling and I just saw his creepy son's face and I just went, "Whoa, he killed his dad."
There was another guy that got stabbed by his son today as well. Some black guy. I can't remember who.
Well,
if it was a musician.
Though.
We need to just ban sons for a bit.
Yeah.
And
then there was that shooting in Australia, and then we all these crazy
and
things
there was
going
a
on.
shooting at Brown University.
And at Brown University,
Jesus Christ!
Just everyone's dying.
Chaos over the weekend.
Very sad. I only really know Rob Reiner from the South Park episodes, but obviously it's still very sad. Nobody deserved to be stabbed, obviously. Did see Trump's very typical Trump response to that, which is even people who like him are being turned off by it at this point, and I can kind of see why.
You know, this is how important it was. It ended up being slide number 7.
I just don't know what he's done recently. But no, Trump's response is basically, so yeah, really sad news. There's this guy, Rob Reiner. He used to be really talented, but then he got Trump derangement syndrome, and then he hated me so much, and he drove everyone mad with how much he hated me. And it's a shame because America's doing so amazingly well, and he just couldn't handle it. And then people were sick of how much he couldn't handle it, so he got stabbed, and it's sad. It's like, fucking read the room, you orange twat.
Oh my god,
not a good take.
Which is funny because you had like all the way like up until that point, you had a good few hours of people on the right saying, unlike the left, when they celebrate Charlie Kirk, we don't do that sort of thing. But then out comes Trump and said, no, we do. We actually do that sort of thing all the time. It turns out everyone does it because no one has any fucking grace.
Rob Reiner was incredibly talented, and he had a hell of an 8-movie run in like the late 80s and early 90s. Made some incredible movies.
Was it Stand By Me? I remember that one.
Misery.
Misery.
A Few Good Men really stands out. That movie's
that was like his last good one. I can remember A Few Good Men.
Well, he had some really great cameos as an actor too, like in Wolf of Wall Street. I've seen that meme going wild because he played Leo DiCaprio's father in that movie. He's fucking hilarious too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's really talented.
Stand By Me is like unforgettable. It's like a must watch for coming of age stories. And Misery is fantastic as well. It's like one of the only times a horror movie won Best Actress, I think it was. What's her name?
Yeah, Kathy Bates.
Yeah, she's fantastic in it.
Yep. Yeah, man, super talented guy. Really sad. And his son looked absolutely deranged in every photo I saw of him.
I haven't seen any of the son photos yet, actually.
He looks like he might stab somebody.
So. Yeah, he looks. Some people have that twin in their eye. They look like they'd shank somebody. They just look off, and that's a nightmare. Imagine having a child, raising him from a baby, and then that's the end of your story.
It is a sad story.
That is like one of the worst things.
It was the daughter that found them as well to make it even worse. So like the other kid wasn't even left unscathed.
Yeah, that's fucked.
Jesus.
It is. Yeah. Rest in peace.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Yeah, thank you, Reaper. Thank you, Rabbi.
For the sad news out the way.
Yeah, get the sad news out of the way. Well, this is sad news too. It was the lead story.
We've already kind of talked about it. I think we mentioned it briefly. Reaper, you were the one who messaged us and sent the trailer, and the very first thing you think, Star-Lord with tits, and it's like
absolutely
so on the nose that this is just that he can't do anything else.
No, and it's not even him. It's not even him making the film, but it's.
Did you just
it's in that
the
same
most James Gunn film?
Yeah,
it's the most James Gunn movie.
He doesn't have to be there wielding the pen. You can see his elements all in there. And I know how it's hurting my brain right now. Did you just say Walkman? She has a Walkman too?
Yeah, she's got the Walkman headphones and everything in the trailer.
Ooh, that's worse.
Star-Lord ones.
Okay, that's even worse. Yeah.
All Marvel movies feel like they're produced by Kevin Feige, and now all of these movies are going to feel like they're made by James Gunn.
Which, I mean, he's the one who ultimately has creative control. He's not writing this one, but he's the one who approved it. He would have gone through the pitch meetings. He would have given feedback. I don't doubt as well there's an element of, oh, I'm pitching to James Gunn. I better give him stuff that I know he likes. How about Star-Lord again? Because we know James Gunn likes that. And then James Gunn says, oh, that looks so amazing and inspired and brilliant, just like me. So I'm going to say yes.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like they don't even remember what made Star-Lord such a great character. Like, grew up in the 80s. That Walkman was the last gift he had from his mother.
Mm-hmm.
They managed to tie it into the story so well.
Can you imagine if they do it for this one, though? It'll be, oh, the Walkman was the last gift she got from her parents on Krypton before it got blown up.
That's a great example, though.
Their own shit. That's what they do.
It was more than a prop in Guardians of the Galaxy, but that's exactly what it will be in this movie.
Yeah,
it's because it's a really strong point. Like having this tiny item, this artifact of his history, and incorporating it into the story that works so well, and justifying the reason to play those songs from the 80s, and it just makes Peter's character so memorable and relatable. And I just feel like they're gonna just cannibalize that, like they do with all the characters.
Well, music has become such a crutch to James Gunn. It's like he seems to need it more than ever to elevate his scenes, because the writing is becoming a lot worse as every movie he makes is getting worse than the last.
Yeah.
So music's become a big crutch for him.
It's really become a crutch for a lot of people. Like I love like when you can incorporate in a proper way instead of it just being forced. But it just seems like Taika Waititi might be the worst, but James Gunn is pretty bad too. But it just feels like they want to play their favorite soundtrack with no justification for it whatsoever.
She's wearing a trench coat because Star-Lord wore a trench coat.
Yeah.
Just like Star-Lord had that.
Why would you wear a skirt and a trench coat over it? What's the point?
I mentioned this to you like a long time ago, Platoon, but like one of my favorite points you ever made was the Axel point for the Thor Love and Thunder. How like the fucking kid being named Axel doesn't make any fucking sense in terms of when he would have grown up. He'd have no inspiration for it, like no influence for it. Why the fuck would he name himself Why would that be his nickname? It just doesn't fit. This is you trying to project your shit onto a random character because, you know, fan. Like if you're an actual fan of something, take the time to actually incorporate it properly, and we'll appreciate it that way.
Phase 4 of Marvel has left so little impression that when you said that, it took me a good few seconds.
I saw that.
What the fuck is Axel? Oh shit! Yeah, Thor: Love and Thunder.
I saw that. It sometimes happens when you make so many videos where it's like someone will comment and they'll laugh at a joke you said. You'll be like, "What the fuck? When did I even say? Huh? What? Oh yeah,
I remember belatedly.
A joke I made a year ago. Yeah,
you're right, and so by extension, I'm right too. But it's like you have to have a diegetic reason for all these fashion choices and these stylistic choices and the attachments. Like these things should not just be props; they should be things that are integral to a character. Trench coat should really mean something to her, probably. Walkman definitely needs to mean something to her. And it's annoying because I really like Millie Alcock. She's great in House of the Dragon. I actually think she's quite a versatile actor. She tends to have really good chemistry with the people she acts against, unlike whatever the fucking name is who plays like adult Rhaenyra. So like she could do a really good job. I just think that she's going to be written like the same kind of tired superhero trope that ran out of steam about the midpoint of the last decade. We've seen this. We've seen it many times. You can still do it well, but you're fighting against people's innate boredom with the concept. I think, you know, like this irreverent superhero who doesn't have time for reality. What's the line? Like Superman sees the best in everyone, and I see the truth. Yeah, okay, fine, I get it. That could have been good. It could still be good. I just don't trust that it will be. It seems quite uninspired at this point.
We just had Homelander. People were even forgetting Hancock and probably all the other examples we've had. This has been done to death, not that well.
Well, there's also a few things you've got to consider. Like, she goes off and gets drunk on red sun planets. How does her powers work? Because in the trailer, she's getting drunk, yet she's throwing guys around like nothing. Is it like she stores up energy like a battery, and then she'll slowly deplete it throughout the movie and get weaker and weaker? Or...
should we just expect her to be like Valkyrie from Thor: Love and Thunder?
Oh, a smug, drunk asshole, pretty much.
I thought that was the expectation because that's the comic that this is based off of, where she is just like a smug, drunk sorority girl with issues with Superman or some shit like that. I haven't read it. That's just what Cannoli was telling me. I don't know if you guys had read it at all.
It's written by Tom King, and all Tom King kind of writes is like trauma. That's basically all his stories. Like everyone's suicidal, people are on drugs. It's that type of thing.
I mean, I'd slightly prefer that to Superman because at least there's some emotional stakes, and at the very least, I can see people who are really depressed and taking drugs and think, "Yep, I sympathize, empathize." Even I'm in a similar position watching James Gunn movies. That would be fine, but It's still I want more. I don't know. I still think this one has a chance of being better than Superman.
I was saying that offline.
Internal quality, but like I'm not hopeful, and it won't perform well.
I don't think it's going to perform, but I think it's going to be a more entertaining movie because the focus seems to be more on her. Where Superman was like, at least he was the third thing that they cared about in that movie.
It was too focused on all the other side stories for
scattered
Superman.
all over the place. Because when I think of Superman, like for the sake of Man of Steel, for all the people who are going against that, when I think of Man of Steel, I think of Henry Cavill's Superman. When I think of James Gunn's Superman, I think of James Gunn. I think of Crypto. I think of all the fucking idiots in his crew. I think of Lex Luthor being a goober. I think of the multiverse window stupid thing, that the pocket universe and the monkeys. I think of like 7 different things before I think of Superman, which is a real problem. Yeah.
Not interested. I don't know. I know this is for
so we're all excited. Yeah.
Yeah. I know this is for a female audience, but I'm really tired of like every female character in film and TV either being a chick who's drunk and just kind of like hedonistic and gluttonous, or a woman that feels like she's had all of her freedoms taken away because she's a mother now. Yeah. I'm kind of done with this trope altogether. Yeah.
Either girl boss or oppressed. It's like that's the only 2 ones they can do.
Oppressed by choice because you got to choose to have that child.
What's the name of the girl who plays Ant Woman or Ant Girl or the other Cassie Lang's girl?
I don't know what her actor's name is, but yeah.
What's her name? Someone knows her name out there. Whatever. She had a really, really good point saying how like Marvel, they know how to make all their girls strong and tough and brave.
Catherine Newton?
No.
Oh, the one who are we? The person who plays Ant-Man,
she plays Wasp.
So Evangeline Lilly, right?
Evangeline Lilly. That's such a unique name.
And I knew because as soon as you said, "Oh, she had a really good point," I said, "Well, she can't be someone who still works for Marvel." And the only person who doesn't is Evangeline Lilly because she got kicked out for not taking vaccines. I think so. She must have had something.
And I think to say. Ant-Man Quantumania was a big part of breaking for her because her character, she had a lot of ideas for her character and where it should go, and they did nothing in that movie for her. Like they forgot she even existed. And the quote she was saying was that Marvel knows how to make all their girls strong and brave, and they can kick butt and get, show the boys that we can do it too. But when I look around me, there's so many different type of women that we need to be able to represent, and they only want to show these overpowered strong girl bosses. And so it was her nice way of saying, this is some bullshit, I'm out. So some people can see it,
It's so unappealing to women as well because it it's almost like the all's fair of fucking superheroes. It's like, what are we doing here? But in addition to that too, even a movie like The Marvels or Captain Marvel still skewed male by a massive percentage when it came to audience. Yeah. So gender-wise, it was 68% of the Marvels audience was male anyway.
Because those were Marvel fans.
Those are Marvel fans.
Yeah, they got tricked into it. I got to see this stupid movie to see what happens in Infinity War. Oh, wait a minute. No, I didn't. This is some bullshit. But they were mainly Marvel fans. Like, you're not going to get women in there just because she's a woman. It doesn't work that way.
Right. And so what are we doing here? Like, you're just making this unappealing person.
My experience with women is compelling concepts or like gorgeous men. Those are the two
gorgeous
things.
Men. Craven. The Craven situation.
Something superficial like Craven and Aquaman, where it's like they're just gonna go because they want to see this guy's chest, like in the bear. Or there's a very interesting concept, like usually horror or sci-fi, that gets them in there strictly for the concept. They don't even care who's in it. But just ignoring all that and just say there's a girl in it, you'll like it, even though you don't like the genre. It just doesn't work that way.
Yeah,
Never has.
It never has, and it's just the only other thing I'm trying to remember. I did watch the trailer, and it's evidently left no impression on me whatsoever. There is a shot of Crypto pissing on a newspaper with a picture of Superman, I think, which caused some fuss.
It was the very opening shot too.
Oh yeah.
This is such an irreverent trailer for an irreverent movie. See, and everything about this is going to be coy and cynical and know it all and too good for all this. And he's, I get it. You'll still have to do a big job to make me hate Millie Alcock, but you could do it. I can see this movie trying.
She's carrying people's love for the actress. Nobody cares about the character.
Well, that seems to be the weird thing about James Gunn movies, is that he never takes anything does anything with any sincerity, like almost like a teenage girl. He doesn't want to commit to anything in case someone makes fun of him. Says, oh, look, we have Superman who's supposed to represent hope. Oh, wait, she's pissing on him.
I would suggest to the comment I highlighted there that if
pull
you're
that back up.
adapting something, right? If you're adapting something like that right now, I haven't read it, but if that's what we're getting, that probably isn't the thing to adapt right now.
Probably
I would
not the
suggest.
best strategy if you're like actually
Probably
reading
not
the
the
room.
right move.
Well,
And
there's
this-
also
this-
it's a
what if
second
the
order
problem-
question, which is
Yeah.
like, are you actually adapting it? Because every now and then this line comes up in defense of Marvel movies. It even did with Thor: Love and Thunder. It's like, no, you see Infinity, that weird thing that makes no sense in that movie, that's in the comic because they're adapting a comic. No, they are taking inspiration from one particular comic run. That's not the same thing as adapting that comic. So if that comic is really good, I've not read it, absolutely happy to admit that. If that comic is really good and really well written, and they adapt it faithfully, I would expect the movie to be good because they've adapted something accurately. I just don't believe that that's what they're doing. They will tell you it's inspired by this comic run. That is not the same thing as adapting it.
Mexi Rage says, but it's in the comics. Piss off. I hate that.
I can immediately say, okay, Civil War shit, because it wasn't adapted like it was adapted from the comics. I just don't care. You need to get past that argument because, like Platoon said, they don't really do good adaptations. They strip little things from it that they can utilize, not understanding why they're there in the first place, to make their own stupid creation. It's usually crap in the end. A really good adaptation doesn't need that stupid argument to defend it, but McComics. The McComics thing is just it's dead. It's in the dirt.
Remember
It's
when
just-
Zack Snyder adapted like 5 comics all in one movie and it was a piece of shit? I
Yeah.
sure do. It was
Mhm.
called
Mm.
Batman v Superman and it was fucking horrible.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Rebel Moon because that was also.
Oh,
like,
Rebel
five different
Moon.
pieces.
Well, you know that too.
Daredevil Born Again was a really popular comic that
Yep.
had some significant impact on his character, and they apparently stole that name to make this new show that was the worst fucking thing I've ever seen. I love Daredevil. He's one of my like top 5 superheroes.
Yeah,
I
Daredevil.
watched
That-
one episode and I was fucking just pissed off. It was the fiddle faddle scene that made me quit. I don't even know how the season ended. It's so terrible. And this is Daredevil.
That was after they did a bunch of reshoots to try and salvage it. It was already way worse. And then he went, bring Foggy in, bring Karen back. And then what happens? Foggy gets killed straight away.
Kill Foggy, kick Karen out the show, and replace him with
kick
black
Karen
people.
away.
We got to replace them with 2 black people who do the exact same thing that they did. It
Yeah,
makes
but
no
but
fucking sense.
they were fucking boring ass characters. I finally
Yeah.
watched Daredevil because I was doing a video on all of MCU Phase 5.
Mm.
And what a massive missed opportunity that ended up being, to say the
Wait,
least.
When you say
they-
finally watch Daredevil, are you talking about from season 1 or just Born
No,
Again?
Born Again specifically. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. No, I had seen the first 3, of course, but
Okay.
no, Born Again ends. So you didn't finish it, you said, Brooks?
I watched all of Echo. I've watched.
I
the
did. I
Daredevil
watched that too.
seasons.
Fucking
Echo
A.
is a fucking like a masterpiece. Fucking,
God.
what they did to Kingpin is just like incredible. But Daredevil, it was the fiddle faddle scene. Like the opening episode, that first 15 minutes, I made a video on it because, in my opinion, I think in 15 minutes they shredded the entire story. His no kill rule, his betrayal, his powers being turned on and off. It was it was so fucking horrible. But the fiddle faddle scene annoyed me on so many levels. The racial aspect of it, the ignorance, the fact that Matt would have dealt with so many morons like this. He would have dealt with a million fiddle faddle people and known how to shut down this argument. But they had him lose the most like bottom tier of intelligent debate ever against this guy who's a complete moron. I should be able to steal because I have my life.
Yeah,
is bad. I
that
should be able
was.
to steal
I
something
wrote
because I'm
about that
hungry.
in my review.
Are
I
you
could not
fucking-
fucking believe that was a real scene. I'm like, why are we really supposed to feel sympathy for this fucking thief?
I
This
was
criminal.
Yeah, I'm still speechless over it. I can't believe that's something that occurred. And like, you made Matt Murdock be a part of that scene, someone who should be so much sharper than that. I would love to see season 1 Matt just roast that guy. Like, are you fucking like, bro? And just pull out all the fucking files and all the things he's done and shit.
Like,
So
this
yeah,
guy's
I
just,
hate what they did to him.
Yeah, because that guy was just like a massive drain on society. He's like, well, you know, if you put me in jail, I'm gonna lose my my social security, or what did he say? He was gonna lose his food stamps. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Stop stealing shit then.
Yeah, why don't you stop stealing shit? And he had like 30 priors.
Come on,
and-
man. I just want some fiddle faddle. Why couldn't I just take
Want
it?
some fucking fiddle faddle, man. Jesus, go get a fucking job, you bum.
And Matt has nothing. He has no. It's the thing. Oh, Amelia,
No,
I
he
almost did it.
agrees with him. He like
I
succumbs.
almost slipped. I'm going to shut up and not reference his name, but it's like one of those things where
It was gonna happen. It's okay. Let it go. Let
a
it go.
character that should say something, you know, all the things, all the comebacks that they could muster, but they're stupidly written now, so they can't say anything. That's
The
pretty
liar
much what
liar
Matt was like.
reference.
Yeah.
Nice liar reference. dude.
Stop breaking the law. Yeah. But yeah, like Black Lives Matter, that's all that scene fucking represents. Because it's one of those things where, like, if you take this scene seriously, you're an idiot. I can't trust anything or any opinion you have on anything because you're just not paying attention to the dialogue and what actually is going on, right? But to whatever your question was, yes, I didn't watch Daredevil.
Yeah, well, and too, good point. Like, you have food stamps. Why are you stealing food?
Because the food stamps don't let him get the stuff he really wants, which is stuff
Well,
that's
they
bad and unhealthy for him.
Right. Well, RFK Jr. won't let me buy Coca-Cola no more. Jesus Christ.
Why does Brooks hate black people? I don't hate black people. I hate fiddle-faddle morons that make black people look fucking terrible. That's it. They're two different things. I've discussed it thoroughly. That guy, no, don't put us in the same bag. Absolute moron.
Well, he's one of those things where, like, a white guy who says, "Oh, you've got to stand up for the poor blacks because they need their fiddle faddle," and you'd be accused of being racist because it's a really shit stereotype.
Yeah.
But no, when a Marvel writer does it, that's good. So that is the representation of black people. Like, I'm offended on behalf of decent black people everywhere.
Yeah. That's kind of the way I look at it. It's like, this is embarrassing. Like, this is not the way to do it, because I've seen good representation in film. It used to be a casual thing in the 90s and early 2000s. It's something we didn't have to talk about. Now it's so rare and it's so terribly done that, like, we have fiddle faddle scenes and all sorts of other ones that people praise. It's just, I don't know, the bar has been lowered for cool, for representation, for every criteria you can think of. That movie.
It's just so much about that fucking scene. Oh god, it's like, oh no, it's absolutely, you should really let him off for stealing from this poor corner shop. Okay, so when the corner shop eventually, like, goes out of business or closes down because of crime and moves away, and then nobody can get fiddle faddle anymore because one selfish fuck decided he was going to go and steal it, and then the store had to close. So that is what the law exists to protect.
Yeah.
The whole reason for having the store and an open free market is allowing everyone who obeys the law and earns their money to get access to all of this stuff because they fucking earned it. But no, one selfish twat can come along and say, my food stamps don't cover it, so gimme. Fuck you. No, you're making life miserable for everybody else as well. Congratulations.
Yeah, it's unacceptable, man. Like, fucking animals understand fairness. They understand fair treatment and, like, and greed. Like, it's a thing. You've seen those tests. Have you ever seen the ones with the monkey? And
that one I found really interesting because the usual tagline that comes along with that is, you see, fairness is hard baked into us. No, it isn't. Greed is hard baked into us because that monkey doesn't know what its neighbor did that may have earned it a better treat. All it sees is that its neighbor gets something better and it gets jealous and angry. That is at the base root of so much human politics as well. We are not that far removed from that. It's basically just communism. Fuck communists.
That's actually a really interesting take. Yeah, pretty spot on. But yeah, it's still, I'll still take at least the acknowledgement of greed over the stupid fiddle faddle arguments of just like ignorance and everyone bend to me because I'm oppressed. I'm sick of it.
So that was Supergirl.
There we go. Yeah. That's how much we had to say about that movie. Oh man.
When's that out? Is that early or is that summer next year? I'm trying to remember what that is. June.
Well, it says everything. That the top comment is, "Oh, Lobo looked great for the 2 seconds. You can barely see him in the trailer."
Looked all right, yeah.
In other comic book movie news, though, the Avengers Doomsday trailer leaked today, and it's not a trailer; it's a teaser. It's like 45 seconds to a minute long, and we can't play it for sure. We'll get struck down if we do. But essentially what happens is you see a man who is definitely Captain America ride up to a house on a motorcycle. He gets off the motorcycle. He goes into the house. He picks up a baby. It's a boy. And then it pans up and it is indeed Chris Evans' Steve Rogers. And it says in text afterward, Steve Rogers will return in Avengers Doomsday. And that's the trailer.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it'd been better if he picked up the child and the child was black and he goes, "What the f?" and it cuts.
Yeah, there's a mystery release that would get me in the theaters. I just the thing is, I don't even know who's on the Avengers right now. I have no idea what's going on.
Oh,
Last
they
time
released
I
the
checked-
teams. They did actually release the teams. The
They did,
Avengers is Sam Wilson, Eagle Twink, Thor, I
Ant-Man.
think,
Yeah, Thor
Ant-Man, and
Didn't Sam
Shang-Chi,
Wilson-
right?
oh, Shang-Chi is one of the Avengers now.
still a
I remember
thing?
that.
Yeah.
What about She-Hulk and like Gaia and all the other creations?
What about
Not him,
Captain
man.
Marvel?
Yeah, what
Yeah,
about
where's
Captain
she at?
Marvel?
Oh darn. We're all so concerned. Look at Vex's face.
No, I'm just saying, like,
Captain Marvel.
I feel like the more interesting conversation is which character do they literally have to ignore in order to like not fuck the continuity? Like Gaia's at the top of the list from Secret Invasion. Gaia can't exist, or the MCU's fucked. America Chavez can't exist. Ironheart can't exist because she can.
You got to ignore everything from
Yeah,
the
you have to
Marvel movies as like was Captain Marvel and the Marvels, because that retcons Nick Fury and
Yep.
then how the Avengers formed as well, and then who the best Avenger is.
But they
And then
might
who-
be doing it that. I knew. Didn't they say the Avengers Doomsday is basically picking up after Endgame? In which
Yes.
case, all of Phases 4 and 5 beyond. Well, it's weird because you kind of need to understand it to understand who all of the characters are. But on the other
Right.
hand, I guess it was pointless because the stories don't matter. Yeah, I think Reaper is busily
Oh, that's
posting
right.
all of the teams for us, which is good.
Ah,
So I was
there
just
we
looking
go.
that up.
Yeah.
Fantastic
Patrick.
Four, Thunderbolts, X-Men, and then the Avengers.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
only
when
one we
did
missed
this
from the
leak?
Avengers team is Tom Hiddleston. Loki is one of the Avengers team apparently as well.
Well, yeah. But it's funny because the new Avengers only exist because Sam Wilson wouldn't let them in, and he trademarked the name.
And he sued them.
He's such a jealous piece of shit.
He's a
When he
cunt.
didn't want the shield, he threw it away, and then when US Agent had it, he tried to take it off him.
It's like
Hold
a baby
on.
in the bottle, man. It's crazy.
Didn't they kill that black chick, that ghost chick, off in fucking Thunderbolts?
No,
Why
that
is she
was
on there?
Taskmaster.
Task Manager. They killed Task Manager off in one scene.
Mhm.
But Ghost is still in it, so she's still there. She didn't die.
So
Because
this
they
is
need
the
diversity.
yeah. So it's Avengers, X-Men, New Avengers or knockoff Avengers, and Fantastic Four.
Where's Hulk?
I don't know. Hopefully he's dead.
Maybe they even
where's
got
Hawkeye?
sick of Mark Ruffalo like we all did.
But isn't Hulk popping up in Spider-Man Brand New Day? So
Oh, right.
there's
Apparently,
probably got to be
yeah.
some reason he's not involved in all of this stuff.
Right.
Oh, same with Punisher. There must be a reason why Punisher isn't here too.
He's also popping up in Brand New Day. So it seems like all
Yeah.
the Spider-Man characters are being reserved for the Spider-Man movie, and then the rest of them are going to be in Doomsday. So there's going to have to be some big like narrative split, right? Because I know they've changed the order of release because it was going to be Doomsday, then Brand New Day. No, it was going to be Brand New Day, then Doomsday, then Secret Wars. And now it's Doomsday, then Brand New Day, then Secret. So there must be some parallel story fuckery going on.
Wait, hold on. I thought Brand New Day was coming out in July and then Doomsday was December.
It is. Yes.
Yeah, but it used to be the other way around. I think it was Doom. Was it? Did it? I can't
Yeah,
remember. I know they
no,
changed
you're
the
right.
order
You're
around.
right. Doomsday was originally going to come out in May this coming year, but they pushed it to December, but kept Spider-Man's release date the same. So now
Mm.
Spider-Man's coming out first instead.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But you really don't need to watch any of Phase 4 or 5. All you need to do is start with Phase 6, which is Fantastic Four, and you'll have an idea of exactly what's going on. You can just like surmise that Anthony Mackie's Captain America, who became Captain America at the end of Endgame,
Yeah.
just
But then you
created a
have
new
Lo-
team, and that was that.
Then
It's
you
always
have
been that way.
Loki, who had his neck broke, and then he became like
No,
the
because
fucking
in
god of
Endgame he
time.
disappeared. It's all
If you-
answered in Endgame. He
If
disappeared.
you watch Loki season 1 and season 2, you're fucked. Like you're not gonna know any idea. You're gonna have no idea of what the rules are, what's going on, or continuity wise. Like watching the shows just damages your understanding of the stories. It doesn't do anything. And like
Yeah.
I say it all the time. WandaVision makes Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness almost impossible to understand.
You'll need I
Question.
think you need to throw in Thunderbolts as well, but otherwise, yeah, just Thunderbolts. and
Oh,
Fantastic
true.
Four, so
Yeah,
but
yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
Vex, after you.
Oh, okay. What happened to Wanda? I didn't watch WandaVision.
She's dead. She dies in Multiverse of Madness,
Yeah,
except
she
that she's
died.
definitely not dead because we don't see her body and we see a puff of red light. So
A
she could
giant
come back.
mountain fell on her.
She gets
So
really
then-
upset about Vision getting killed by Thanos, and she goes crazy and takes over an entire town to fulfill
And
her
tortures
illusion
people.
of living with villain. Tortures kids, tortures an entire town, forces them to be her puppets so she can live out her life with Vision. And in the end, she's forced to fucking accept the truth that she's this fucking terrible monster. But the show doesn't acknowledge it. And basically says they'll never know what you sacrificed for them by letting go of her fucking torture town just to fucking because she lost her imaginary kid.
They were literally
And-
begging her to
yeah.
let them die. It's really
Please.
funny. And then, but she's still the
Yeah.
hero of that. But then it turns out the post-credit scene for that, she finds an evil book, and then she becomes even worse in Multiverse of Madness because she's just a psycho killer witch creature, and she kidnaps other versions of herself's invented children, or tries
Kill
to do
Charles
that.
Xavier.
She kills Professor X.
did
who's
any of you
back.
guys-
This
she,
movie-
travels, she travels through the multiverse to basically kidnap kids that aren't even hers because she's a delusional maniac.
Yes.
She has the longest streak I've ever seen in a film of comments that don't make any sense. Like she's got like
So no
70
Wanda.
lines in a row. Yeah.
No Wanda then.
No wonder. No. She is technically, she will come back, or at least they've left that possibility open because she explodes in a puff of red, which is the implication is she's not really dead. And I know Elizabeth Olsen has said she wants to come back if they do cool things with her character, but it doesn't look like she's coming back for either of these movies.
Did any of you guys watch Agatha All Along?
I did, but I can't remember much of it.
So
Hard
the
skip.
ending of that reveals that her made-up kids, their consciousness ended up in the body of real people who are dying.
What?
So they actually exist now.
In Multiverse of Madness, they already actually existed, just in different universes.
Yeah.
I
now
know,
they-
but now in this world they really exist, but they're in some total
Oh.
this completely gay kid's body. He's the gayest character in all of Marvel at this point.
Oh, is that
Oh shit! Yeah,
Agatha?
that, fucking what's his name? The I can't remember his name. Wait, so
Kid.
that's
Gay
oh
kid.
yeah, because he's one of the kids, isn't he? Yeah, no, that was God. That's how much I don't remember about that show. Yeah, he is one of her sons, isn't he? So he's
Yep.
is it Wiccan? Is that the
Yeah,
one?
Wiccan?
That's the
Yeah.
name, Wiccan.
I am not exaggerating. That's right. I am being dead
Hold on.
serious.
But she made them up in a different reality and they're not even real in the first place. So how did
True.
she manage to
Well,
get
the
them
show,
in-
the Multiverse of Madness forgot that. So in WandaVision, she makes them up in her own mind. But in Multiverse of Madness, other versions of her in the universe had them for real. And she wants to get them. So they are simultaneously her magical creation and also real kids who are played by the same actors elsewhere in the universe.
Vex,
yeah,
it's
they
fucked. Don't try
possess-
to understand it.
Yeah, like they
Basically-
possess
sorry.
a gay kid's body and then he becomes Wiccan. And he has all her magic.
Ugh. You
Yeah.
throw Agatha, Loki, Doctor Strange, WandaVision, all those shows together, and you have no understanding of the rules or how anything works. You have to just throw it away and reset. And
think-
this seems to be what they're doing.
We've also forgot there's White Vision. He's just out there.
Yep, Cum Vision is out there rolling.
Well,
Nobody
he's
wants to
coming
talk about
back because he's getting his own TV show.
Coming
Vision
Right.
Quest.
back,
it.
baby.
Why?
And his show is before the Avengers movie comes out, isn't it? It comes out in Q1 or Q2 of 2026.
Oh,
Oh, so he is coming back in Avengers Secret Wars. So he's got
Yeah.
a TV show and what the fuck is this?
Vision Quest.
Wait, why did you say he was covered in cum? Why was he covered
He's
in
covered
white?
in cum.
Look
Look,
at
at
him.
him. It's pure
Look at
cum.
him.
It's
Just because he's white. Oh, I
just
thought there was some
fucking
story
dread.
as to why he was covered. Okay.
No, so I can't even. It's honestly, I'm gonna have a fucking aneurysm trying to remember WandaVision. But they had Vision's body. So Wanda had Vision trapped in the illusion, and he had no idea what the fuck was going on. But his body was being worked on by the government or something. And then they sent in a white version of Vision to tell the real Vision what the fuck is going on. And then they fought, and then they clashed like two fucking toys, and then. It's all gets blurry after that. I can't.
Well,
really
Hold on,
and
I'm
then
confused.
blurry.
How-
Vision flew away, and nobody knows why or what happened.
They
or
have
whatever.
a very childish ship of Theseus kind of argument going, what is reality? And they just don't care. And then he downloads his brain and runs off.
Yeah.
Hold on. How did they manage to bring Vision back? Because he's dead at the end of Endgame.
Yeah, because he loses is it the Mind Stone that he
Yeah.
has?
Yeah.
But so that they were, I remember seeing them like working on his head. I just don't remember what they do with it. I guess they
Well, it was
replace it
Wanda.
with something.
There's
Well,
duct
Wanda,
tape.
he had his body in like a big storage. It was ripped to pieces, and Wanda's kind of like fucking with his head. So it's kind of implied like necromancy or some shit.
Well, yeah, Wanda breaks in to see what they're doing with his body, and they go and create another version of Vision to go and fight the Vision in her. I can't fucking.
But then
don't
they
know.
know
It's
they've
so
done
fucked.
it. It's weird as well because they know they've got another Vision, and they know that Vision is becoming more like the real Vision. But then when Multiverse of Madness comes out, nobody thinks, "Hey, maybe we should send Vision to go and talk to her because that will calm
Yeah.
her down."
Or
Because they
fucking
didn't write these
Hawkeye.
things with each other in mind, or Hawkeye, or anyone
Yeah.
she knows. Yeah, no, send
Well,
Doctor
yeah,
Strange because she's
Multiverse
never
of-
had a conversation with him before, so that'll be fun.
Well, what was
Multiverse
the
of
other?
Madness is like actually one of the most broken movies ever made. It's so.
Well, then you
fucked.
had what was that? The other Captain Marvel, Monica Rambeau, who ran through a portal, got told she was amazing, and became all powerful.
Just goo.
yeah.
She went
Forgot
through a
about that.
goo
Oh,
like river, and suddenly she has
The
superpowers.
voices were going, "You're amazing."
yeah,
You're
and now she's
fantastic,"
got magical powers. But then in the Marvels, she is the one. She goes to knock Darth Bender into space or something. Then Darth Bender just explodes for no reason. And then she has opened a portal, I think. And then she's like,
got
"Oh
to
no,
close it from the other
I
side.
have to go now. My planet needs me." And so she goes through to a different portal. Then she meets the X-Men. So she's in a different universe, and I don't know if we
She
will
should
ever see
be-
her again.
She should
Yeah,
be in
with-
these ones because
yeah,
she
these-
meets Kelsey Grammer's the Beast.
She does.
So she should be with these X-Men.
And
What happened
her
to-
mother is she's the one who plays Captain Marvel in
She gets killed by a statue in Doctor Strange.
that's
Multiverse.
in
Oh,
Doctor
yeah.
Strange Multiverse of Madness. Now she's Photon or something. So she's
Photon,
back.
yeah.
She gets statued.
What
So
about-
Captain Marvel, real quick, Vex, sorry. Captain
Yeah.
Marvel can fly through a giant ship. She's like literally unstoppable. But the
Mhm.
Captain Marvel equivalent in Multiverse of Madness gets killed by a statue. Like how do you write this? Like how the fuck do you do that? It's so broken, man. Oh, God.
Where's Middle Eastern Marvel woman?
Oh, Kamala Khan.
Yeah, where's she?
Oh.
She's being brought up in Daredevil Born Again.
Hmm. She's probably the
That's
only
The
people.
last time she's been mentioned was in
Well,
Probably
you
one
had
of the
the,
only people that characters that people accept. Like she's kind of likable.
Well, they were trying to work with the Kid Avengers because you had Hulk who had Scar, you
Mhm.
had Kate Bishop, Hawkeye, you had Miss Marvel, you had all these shitty knockoffs.
America
and now nobody
Chavez.
America Chavez,
Riri
and now
Williams.
Riri Williams, and everyone just pretends like they don't exist anymore. They've been aborted.
Someone complained, didn't they, when they showed like the full team list on Twitter, and someone said, "Can we have the MCU back, please? Because where are all the women and people of color?" It's like there are loads of women in these pictures, not the ones we're showing, obviously, but there are in the full cast list. There's a bunch of them. It's just that the really shit ones are not there because they were really unpopular.
There's loads of women, just not here.
it's fucking binders full of women.
But it makes me wonder how these women feel when people look at this and say, "Oh, where are all the women?" Like, hello, like, do I mean nothing? It just doesn't. I don't know. It's just a slap in the face to the people who are actually going in there and performing. You know?
Yeah, you saying Rebecca Romaine isn't a woman, or
Yeah.
what's Hannah John Kamen, or
Hmm.
Pedro Pascal, or
There you go.
anyone else? There's loads of them.
Vanessa Kirby's in it. Rebecca Romaine, Florence Pugh is starring in it as well. There are 3 women on the Thunderbolts team. So like, what are we complaining about here? And additionally, we haven't even touched on the fact that the desperation it runs even deeper than we initially thought with them bringing back the X-Men for nostalgia and all that stuff, because they're bringing back Steve Rogers apparently as the main character of Doomsday. It's going to be him versus his arch rival, because that's not fucking true at all, Doctor Doom. The Fantastic Four, Doctor Doom is a Fantastic Four villain,
Mhm.
but to give the audience what they want, they're making it Doctor Doom versus Captain America, essentially.
But
Which is
McComics, like, where's those comics people at when it comes to these type of things? How they just pick and choose?
They're just
You
too
know?
busy masturbating
Mm-hmm.
onto their monitors,
Under
like
the
the
comics.
sad, lonely freaks that they are. But I don't care about fucking. I mean, Steve. I guess I see what they're doing. Yeah, you know, Steve Rogers and Tony Stark was the big duo. So Steve Rogers versus the same actor playing a completely different character. Well, yeah, you know, you can still do stuff with that. The more interesting one is Spider-Man and Doctor Doom, obviously, because it's the father-son relationship, and he's seen him gone bad. But they're being separated out for these 3 movies, so I don't know if we're ever going to get that because it just makes too much sense from a story perspective.
Well, we're getting Robbie Downey Jr. is being paid a fortune, so they're going to show his face every opportunity they have. So he's not.
Oh, yeah.
Is he going to be scarred, or is he going to have like that Black Widow kind of face mesh?
They'll probably give him that Frankenstein face that they did in Guillermo del Toro's movie this year. Where you can definitely see the face, but it's just a little fucked up. You know what I mean?
If they can pull that off, I'll be very impressed, because I feel like if you're going to hire someone for Dr. Doom, why pay $1 billion for RDJ when we want to see them in the mask? It's got to be about the performance and the body language more.
Dual role for Iron Man as well.
Yeah, Iron Man for sure is coming back. If you're bringing back Steve Rogers as Captain America, you're going to end up having Doctor Doom versus the real Avengers in these movies. For sure. I've been calling this for years.
He'll start off as Iron Man, and he'll look like Robbie Downey Jr., and then when the twist comes out, like a fucking lightning will hit, and you'll see his scarred face underneath like makeup or something.
Let me bring up the other teams that you sent.
Alan Cummings, Nightcrawler, like this is desperation.
Yeah, why is Channing Tatum in there? He was like a meme in Deadpool and Wolverine.
I know, well, because he was fun though. He was fun as Gambit.
He's memed his way into existence.
Right.
Good job, man. It is interesting that like there's no Storm or anything though.
Well, it'd be funny if Channing Tatum still had the accent. He's got about a bit, and no one can understand them.
Yeah. But they're pulling back some of the most random people. Like Kelsey Grammer is like one of my picks for the most underrated casting in all of Marvel history. But he was there for one movie. It's not like he was there like a long time.
Yeah, but Beast is so quintessentially X-Men. I get that one. What I do not understand is not having Storm back. That's a little weird.
I can't remember what their reasoning was for that, or if they've said anything about why she's not coming back. But
there's always Secret Wars, right?
Yeah, hopefully Secret Wars she'll be back.
I think the actress that they picked to play the young Storm in the Days of Future Past movies, or which one was it? I can't remember. One of the remake ones.
Oh, yeah, she wasn't bad.
Yeah, actually wasn't bad. Halle Berry as Storm is one of the worst choices they ever fucking made.
Oh, like, why do you say that out of curiosity?
Because she was fucking awful as Storm. She was way too young. So she was like 20 years too young to be Storm. And do you remember what happens to a toad when they get struck by lightning? Like that one-liner she has in X-Men is like one of the worst one-liners ever. The same thing that happens to everything else.
I heard a rumor that originally she filmed all of her scenes with a African accent. And they didn't like it, so they went in and made her ADR everything that she did. That's why that performance was so bad.
Oh, that's why they shouldn't have had Halle in the first place. Let's get an African actress who can actually pull it off. You know who would have been a good Storm? The bitch in Wakanda who died randomly by drowning in the second Black Panther 2. The mom,
the queen.
The queen. She could have been Storm. Yeah. She had the gravitas. She was,
BRB.
She had the presence. Yeah.
I liked how that was. They went to this is Black Panther 2. We're going to appeal to the BLM crowd. The weakness is water. Everyone's drowning.
Yes, just in a puddle of water, like glass. Like that Wakanda scene was so awkward, man. It's the easiest way to kill black people, just break out the water. Yeah. Angela Bassett, that was the one.
Oh, yeah, she would have been a great Storm, actually.
A great Storm.
Yeah.
And it's frustrating because the casting was either shit or like spot on. Like Patrick Stewart, you can't get much better for Professor.
Yeah, Ian McKellen.
You can't.
Well.
Ian McKellen. He's got one of the most underrated introduction scenes. The Holocaust scene with him as a kid. It actually is a pretty dark opening to X-Men. I love X-Men.
It was back when they actually thought, hey, these are our main characters. We should give them proper and serious stories.
Yes.
And that is one. And that's, and it's comics accurate. It's back when they used to know how to write comics as well. So that was good. And the two actors really carried it off. Professor X and Magneto was a great duo. But for this one, it's like, how many seconds do you reckon Patrick Stewart's going to get before he dies again?
Because head slammed over the bed. Fifth
He's
time.
going to roll up with a gas mask on, going.
So he Multiverse of Madness. They fucking drummed his head over the chair and broke his neck. He died in Days of Future
Jean
Past. In the
Grey.
future.
Yes, he did.
He
It
died from
vaporized him.
Green Greg and vaporized, and then he died in Logan. The Logan death was actually meaningful and fantastic. All the rest of them were no. The X-Men 3 death was great. The Logan death was great, and then they slowly turned into a meme, like with Multiverse of Madness.
Oh my
Where he's
God! You
become-
killed Xavier. You
yeah, he's
bastard.
become Kenny. Like, how dare you do that to Xavier? Whoa! Seize this man. Logan is such trash.
Whoa!
How dare you, sir?
Whoa!
Seize him. Where are the guards? We need BSUP guards specifically for
God,
this
seize
situation.
him. Logan's
And
awesome.
then we have the Thunderbolts, and nobody cares.
Nope.
I'm so certain that they killed off that black girl in Thunderbolts because she wasn't in the movie
No,
like at all.
they killed a white
She
girl.
was.
Yeah, they
She
killed
was there the whole time.
She was always there, but all she did was sort of have a couple of quips, and that was it. She wasn't really a character. That's why in my review of it, every time she was there, and also Ghost, who was in the movie, and then
because they
the
took
next
her off
one's
the
like, she's in the movie
posters. That's
too.
why I think I remember her dying. Maybe that's
No,
why.
that's Taskmanager. Taskmanager's played by a woman, and she gets shot in the head. And that was it.
I'm confused, man. Are they both black girls in white outfits? Is that what?
No,
I'm
one of
confused?
them is it Olga What's-Her-Face plays Task Manager, I think.
Oh.
And they brought her in for one scene, and then she got shot in the head. She says
Okay.
one line. She was in all the posters, including in scenes where she's already dead. And then in the actual movie we get, she just shows up and she's gone. 'Cause
Gotcha.
I
Okay,
don't know if
thank
she
you.
offended them or she did something to piss them off or she wouldn't sleep with the writers. I don't know what it was, but they were not. They just killed her very unceremoniously. Kind of unfair given how tragic her backstory is in Black Widow. Like the victim of extreme domestic abuse has had like a magic chip in her head by a Russian Ray Winston who mind controls her, but she can immediately learn everybody's skills. And so, well, okay, sad story. Very useful character, almost unstoppable, you might think, but no, you can just shoot her once in the head.
And
she's
then
gonna go.
Yelena doesn't give a fuck. Yelena,
No.
who knows her backstory, just goes, oh.
And they loot her corpse, and it's just like, how much more disrespectful can you get?
You guys are selling Black Widow to me right now. I still haven't seen it.
Oh, it's
Now
such
I
an
kinda wanna
embarrassing
watch
mess
it.
that it's really funny. Just watch it as a comedy.
Black Widow? Black Widow's fucking.
I
Yeah,
just
Black
kinda,
Widow's
I'm not
terrible.
interested in Marvel anymore, so I don't bother watching most of this stuff. It's just kind of like, I don't know any of these characters. I didn't watch all the millions of shows there are, so why should I watch this movie?
But listen to all of
fair
the
enough.
amazing stories that you've missed. All
Other
of the stuff
than-
that we've been talking
There
about.
you
All this
go, yeah.
wonderful stuff.
Other than Wanda, who is like fucking just supreme S tier character assassination, my pick would be Black Widow. They fundamentally ruined her character in one film. Like her entire tenure in the MCU, like 10 years or whatever it was, all of that gets damaged by one movie, by the story that they chose to have. Because her entire character is about family. Like even in the Civil War, her family being ripped apart was the biggest concern that she had. She wasn't actually picking sides, if you remember. Family was everything to her. And it turns out she had a family member, a little sister this entire time that she just completely ignored. All her resources as an Avenger or in the MCU, she completely ignored her little sister. And when she was asked about it, she's like, fucking like, I don't know, I thought you were fine. Like it completely destroys her character in terms of caring about family members because it's something she would never.
Didn't Rachel Weisz was the mother of the group and she experimented on all the children and she
Yep.
got away
Really?
with it?
Her
Yes.
mother was a part of the Red Room, and she would like basically brainwash people, ruin their lives. She tortured a pig at the dinner table, but the film completely forgives her. Just
She is one of
because-
the evilest characters in all of Marvel. Like she
Yeah.
is horrible. She's fucking Dr. Mengele of the Nazi fame. Like she creates the like most of the Widow program. She built the prisons. Like she did all of this shit, and her excuse is, oh well, I didn't think they'd do it to my daughters.
I didn't know. I
Fuck you.
didn't know. I was just so confused. I don't know. That was pretty much what she had to say. It's fucking terrible. And the movie doesn't acknowledge the fact that she's a monster. Like she's as bad as Dreykov. But yeah, she's a woman, so
I didn't know
can't-
they managed to wrangle Rachel Weisz into that role. Interesting.
She's still hot. She's still Rachel Weisz, but she plays a monster. She plays like a terrible, terrible, terrible person.
Yeah, and her daughters forgive her.
Yeah, and everyone shits on the father when he didn't even do anything. He's like one of the most wasted characters ever. Yeah, that is one of the worst like man bad woman good movies ever in terms of just ignoring everything to shit on men. completely.
That scene where she breaks her nose, though, is fucking funny.
It's pretty funny, man. Yeah, you should watch it as a comedy, actually. But
yeah, when you said that, I was going to all the shitty stuff, but as a comedy, yeah, it does have some merit. Not quite Madam Web, but it's pretty funny.
4 different Avengers Doomsday trailers will be attached to Avatar: Fire and Ash. Each trailer will play for 1 week before switching to the next. This was from the Hollywood Reporter.
I'm not going to watch this movie 4 times to see these trailers.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'll just wait until they leak online, as filmed by a Razor phone from 2005.
Also,
like the last one.
It's I assume the trailers are playing before the movie, because otherwise, like, it's 3.5 hours. People are needing the toilet after this time, and it's Avatar, and no one cares, so everyone will leave immediately and not see the trailer if it comes afterwards. But
this is one of those things where just people going to see other movies will just walk into this theater at the beginning and then just pop out before the movie shows. So
I have a Regal subscription. I can just see the movie for free, as in walk in, watch the trailer, and leave.
You could.
Why waste a ticket on that?
They're free.
Okay, why waste your time driving to the theater for that?
Oh, I mean, I wouldn't really.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, you can watch it for free if you're really invested in Avengers. You could. There are ways. But apparently, the Steve Rogers trailer that leaked, it was supposed to be the 3rd trailer, but because it got leaked, it is now going to be the first one.
Gotcha.
And each one is only it's not, they're all teasers apparently. Like, it's all, every one is going to focus on an individual character. One being Steve, one being Doom, obviously, the other 2 unknown at the time.
Do you have anyone that's not like a YouTuber in our sphere whatsoever that's hyped for Doomsday? Do you know anyone who's anticipating this?
My husband is actually looking forward to Doomsday because he's a huge Dr. Doom fan.
Yeah, I love Dr. Doom.
He's worried still, so.
Okay, but as an MCU fan, in terms of hype and continuity, like, compare this to going into Infinity War, where I remember the hype around Infinity War got me sucked into it because I wasn't even an MCU guy at that point in time. I don't feel that here now. Like, real hype should get casuals interested in what's this thing. This isn't doing it. You know?
I haven't talked to anyone that's even mentioned this outside of our circle. No one cares.
Nobody
cares. Instead of feeling like a culmination of something, it just feels like they're trying to salvage a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
That's what it feels
like. Good point. This feels like desperate, like salvation, like just trying to salvage whatever we have left. Versus Infinity War, which was like a culmination of all the MCU movies and the continuity, and like they put so much work into that, and the little details that you don't even think about. This movie's not going to have that. I feel like it's going to forget. Infinity War remembered so many little things that it would have been fair for them to forget. Doomsday is going to not even remember the basics. What I feel like. It's just going to fucking screw everything up.
I am a little hyped for it. I can't lie, because I am a huge Doom fan, and I wanted Doom to be the lead of Phase 4, 5, and 6 as the villain in the first place. I made a video about it when I first started YouTube, about who should be the primary characters. It should have been Wolverine, and then Fantastic Four leading into Doom. And they did that right at the tail end to try and salvage all the bullshit. It's almost like fans know better.
All I'm hearing,
attempting to do, but
all I'm seeing when you say this is Thrawn and his big belly and his coping bullshit, because everyone felt the same way about him. We all wanted Thrawn to be fucking awesome because he's a Dr. Doom-esque character in terms of being like really intelligent and like being a cool villain. But this idea that I want to see it because this villain that was cool in another property is going to be in it, it just doesn't work anymore. How often does it actually work? Thrawn was like the last thread. I have this guy being the Dr. Doom of old that people actually care about.
My nervousness and weariness far outweigh my hype. I can tell you that. I am pretty, I'm pretty over the MCU, and I certainly don't feel like pressing nostalgia buttons is the way to correct anything at this point. It's just, that's just a panic button more than anything. But I still love Doom, and he is still a fantastic character in the other iterations, like in Jonathan Hickman's run in Fantastic Four, in the Secret Wars comic book that he wrote, that they are definitely adapting, or at least pulling from. So I'm like, fuck, man, maybe, just maybe this will work. Because I mean, I'm going to see it. And yeah, I'm gonna see it. It's hype for the channel boost. Maybe if it sucks, it might suck. I don't know. I'll do a video on it either way. So hopefully it doesn't suck.
I hope he gives a very ham-fisted shout of his name, going.
I just this is one of the. There's very few people that they have left to pull out in terms of iconic villains. Like there's like Sinister might be one, Omega Red. I don't know a lot of Marvel villains, but there's some cool
Magneto,
ones.
bro. They can still do Magneto eventually.
What do you mean? You mean in terms of the MCU?
Yeah, like an MCU Magneto. I know they're bringing in like the Fox Magneto as kind of a semi-hero, but Magneto really is like an A-level villain in the MCU, or not the MCU, in Marvel in general. Like he's
fantastic.
Yeah.
Wasn't Galactus supposed to be a major Marvel villain in general?
Oh, he's like a one and done. He's so one-dimensional. You can't really make him like the lead villain of like 3 phases like you can Thanos or Doom.
Gotcha.
Unless I mean, you'd have to write the character into him, and they don't like doing that.
Yeah.
And they're incapable of doing that. I mean, they've left it open for him to return, right? Because at the end of Fantastic Four, he's just sent across the universe without his ship. So, but he's basically immortal, right? So he can come back maybe if they need him.
It's so boring though. Like he just was, I'm big. And
he was so underwhelming in that movie. Given that
he was,
compared to Thanos. Josh Brolin's Thanos, which was like lightning in a bottle. I couldn't believe how compelling Thanos was. I'm like, this dude's so interesting. I can listen to him ramble about fucking shit all day. Like it wasn't even about the battle scenes. I really liked his personality and the little details. Like even his relationship with Gamora was super interesting. How did they nail Thanos to that degree and they can't get anything close to it since?
Because they were building an empire when Thanos was around. The empire's already built now.
I can see, that's one way to look at it. But Thanos was mainly just, he had the glove scene, he had the scene in Guardians, he had like little cameos, but most of Thanos is Infinity War. They got his whole story beginning to end almost perfect.
Which I think they are planning to do for Doom in this one, right? I think I've read some of the beginning of this is going to basically just be Doctor Doom's origin story.
Okay. If they take the same approach that they did with Thanos, where Infinity War is Thanos' movie, in my opinion. If they do that, I'll be much more interested in this.
That would be the right call. But bringing Steve back and everything is just like Thanos' line in Endgame where he's like, you could not live with your own failure. So where did that bring you back to me?
Were you saying Reaper?
Well, didn't they change Thanos' motivation? Like in the books, he's a massive simp because he kills half the universe for like Lady Death.
Yeah.
And there is something... well, he kills half the universe for Lady Death because he's a simp. But the problem is, there is a terms of scale. If you're going to kill a bunch of random people, it's got to be like an ideological reason for it.
Like he has to be a communist. He can't actually, just go up after love. To kill that many people.
Yeah, like there's a scale problem when it comes to motivation. Like when it's very personal, like revenge, love, whatever, it has to be like you might kill like an organization, but that's about the biggest you can go.
A family or a faction of some kind.
Yeah.
Wiping out like a whole fucking like half the universe. It's got to be like philosophical reasons much more. It's got to be a deeper cause.
Yeah.
Which I feel like they pulled off with Thanos,
Just about. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit flimsy if you look too closely at it because like obviously you don't need to wipe out half of all life on every planet with a universe that's full of planets that have no life on them. You could just redistribute them and have half the population on every planet, but because they tried to get around that by having like almost a trauma excuse because he grows up on this planet which is hugely overpopulated and he's seen what it does to people, and so it's not a strictly rational thing. It's not the most watertight motive in the world, but it's way better than we were probably going to get from anything else. Like
what makes it work What makes it work isn't the logic behind it; it's his portrayal. I am convinced that he believes this is the only way, and I'm convinced that he's thought of every other option that he thinks is actually viable. Whether it is or not is up to, we can discuss that all day, but I'm convinced that he thinks this is the only way to do it. So it makes the character much more compelling.
They also imply, because when he clicks his fingers, the gauntlet is basically destroyed. Like, if he could produce infinite resources, he could. It takes everything to kind of just kill half the universe. That I kind of got the implication, because the gauntlet is absolutely, like, destroyed afterwards. So you can at least go, I could do more, but I'm physically limited to this.
Because he struck me as extremely rational. So my headcanon was he's gone through those options. All this seems obvious to you, and that's why he looks at the Avengers like they're children. But he's taken this upon himself, and he's the hero of his own story. That's why I really, really like Thanos. They just don't know what they have. They turned him into a fucking meathead moron in Endgame. I'll never forgive them for that. He's fucking growing his turnips, and he gets strangled by Captain Marvel, and he's just fucking helpless.
Is there still an opportunity to bring Null back in? Because they introduced him in Venom 2, I think it was, or Venom was it Venom 3? Yeah, and he's part of the Spider-Man universe because he's another heavy hitter.
That's
villain.
like adjacent.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and so it would be really difficult to roll him in now.
If Thanos wanted to balance the population of every planet, he'd make every third person gay.
That's one way of doing it.
There's a lot of solutions you got to come up with.
Because you have more kids, every third of them is gay. There you go.
That's actually an interesting question just on this topic. Who is your favorite, like, in terms of villain motivation, a really well-written one that comes to mind? Like, what's one of your go-to examples? Anyway,
just across media in general?
From anime to anything you could possibly think of. There's so many different ones, but in like the philosophies behind it or just the motivation for a villain. Just one that you really, really like in terms of the construction.
I just like Palpatine going unlimited power.
Palpatine is so fun. He has so much fun, and he is fun. He's just great.
Is fun.
It's always there's so many. It's hard to know like where to start with them, really.
In terms of the construction of their motivation, because like I said, Thanos is one you can nitpick, can pick apart all day, really.
What about the Joker?
Carries it.
Considering how his motivations don't. Yeah, his philosophy is interesting, but his motivations don't really make any sense. That's what's so great about him.
Well, I can agree with that one. He's not actually insane. He's just trying to prove a point.
Yeah,
like he's rational enough to show that everything's meaningless. He's like ultra nihilistic, but he's rational enough to know that, like to understand that. Like he's not rubbing shit on the walls. He actually he's a rational enough person to push an ideology. Like if he was eating out of a toilet, then you wouldn't pay attention to him.
Someone just said Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan. Fuck yeah, until the last like 5 seconds, bro. Like don't piss me off and get me sweaty just thinking about it.
Yeah, Eren would have been a top tier villain if it weren't for those last couple episodes.
Christ. Man. He was almost there, but Magneto is actually would be one of my picks. I think he's super well constructed.
Yeah.
If anyone's familiar with Naruto, the anime, there's a character called Pain that I think has a really
Pain's a great villain.
He's a bit of an emo. He's like the only way for peace is if everyone knows pain.
Yeah, but emo. I get that kid having that philosophy. That's the same thing with Thanos. I get him having that perspective. He was the weakest of the three, and not only his powers is interesting, his design is fucking fantastic, but I believe his philosophy would make sense from his perspective in terms of being a part of a nation that was used as the battleground for bigger war factions, and basically they had their world and life ripped apart on a regular basis. Factions and cultures that haven't experienced that aren't going to understand the need for peace the same way we do. So like trying to inflict pain to understand peace. I thought that was actually super fascinating. And so many people have taken that to extremes, and just why don't we do that anymore? A villain that has a philosophy that they stick behind. And what I liked about Pain is he would actually want to hear people's answers when he would explain his philosophy. He wouldn't just say it like a villain. He'd want like, what are your thoughts on my opinion? And he would actually have answers, you know?
And then Naruto talked no fucking jutsus, everyone. He just goes, why don't you stop being evil?
They had the same sensei. I'll give him a pass. That was the last of the good ones. So I'll throw that out.
And then he does it again later on. He just goes, hey, why don't you stop being evil? I know you spent 20 years on his fucking ideological fucking bent. And he just goes, yeah, okay, I'll stop now.
That was the last of the good ones, and as you're describing, it became a fucking meme. Like, are you kidding me, bro? You can't.
They basically, stop it, seek help, and that was basically Naruto.
Get some help. And it's like, you know what? Yeah, you make a good point. Yeah, you're completely right. It turned into a fucking meme.
Haven't you watched Naruto, Vex? Or are you watching it?
I have watched Naruto. But now I want to rewatch it. In all honesty,
it's got so many problems. It's got its issues, but Naruto, I can say, has some of the best villains in any piece of media I've ever seen. They have an entire faction of villains where each of them have a backstory and a history and interesting.
The Akatsuki, they all have their
Yeah, they're
I liked
top tier.
Rock Lee gets introduced. He's cool, and then he's forgotten about forever.
The most
afterwards.
wasted character in all of anime, maybe. He's just one of the. But yeah, I mean, in terms of villains, yeah, you can definitely want to reference. But they do it so well in anime. They did it in Marvel Comics well. They did it in like the wholesome era in like early 2000s with like Spider-Man and Magneto and like that type of shit. But villains, we haven't had a good villain since Thanos. That's kind of where I started with all this.
I remember there's an anime called, I think it's called Monster, where it's based on a doctor who saves every life possible, but the problem is one person he saves is a maniac serial killer.
He was born evil,
it's basically putting every life as sacred against the guy who kills people for fun.
That's a great anime just to watch for character building, in all honesty. How they manage to kind of twist the good versus evil kind of thing.
It's what anime does really, really well. They take super interesting concepts and they flesh them out properly. It's part of the reason why anime is so popular as it is. But when people think anime, they think of just the popular ones, you know?
They think Pokemon. They think kids'
most anime, most anime, just like horror, is crap. You have to find the good stuff, you know? It's usually how it goes. Where's the slide, Cynic? This guy.
All right. Yeah, next slide. Sorry. I was on Twitter. I was like distracted by one of these slides, which is fucking the John Cena one, but I'll get to that.
Mr. Cena.
Scarlett Johansson is rumored to be playing Gilda Gold in the Batman Part 2. Also, Brad Pitt is being rumored to star in the movie as a villain.
Who is Gilda Gold?
I don't remember.
Harvey Dent's wife.
Actually?
Well, it says Gold is the wife of Harvey Dent, so I'm guessing.
Oh, Gold is the wife of Harvey Dent. Good guess,
wow.
Reaper.
I didn't read the slides.
Hell of a guess.
I mean,
that's so funny.
To be fair, I was writing down the timestamp when I asked.
That is so funny.
I was fucking zoned off.
Any news of the Batman 2 is good.
Like,
doesn't it feel like this movie? Doesn't it feel like this movie came out like 9 years ago? It's like ancient history.
It was 2021 or 2?
I think it was
22.
21.
No, 22. 22, yes. Because it was my first video I ever made. Was about
22,
this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and by the time the sequel comes out, it'll have been 4 fucking years. Holy shit.
They just finally finished the script earlier this year, right? Because it was all so. I'd be interested to see what Brad Pitt plays, though. Like, I think he's a competent actor. I like Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I like Brad Pitt.
It's fucking awesome. It's in the box.
ScarJo.
In the box. Talk about an all-star cast, though. Damn.
Who else is on the cast?
Well, Robert Pattinson, of course. Isn't that enough?
You said all-star cast. Names one.
Well, Scarlett Johansson, Robert Pattinson, Brad Pitt, Andy Serkis will definitely be coming back.
Commissioner Gordon, the actor for him, Jeffrey Wright.
Yeah, Jeffrey Wright is.
I liked him as Gordon.
Is Catwoman returning at all?
She is apparently not returning.
She's so hot, though. Come back.
She is really hot. She's super hot. Though.
I didn't even really like her as Catwoman, but she's so fucking hot. I'm just like, you can stand there, just exist.
Like when she says all these fucking rich white men, and I'm just like, you are so lucky you're hot, dude.
Yo, I have to have a story with that. Like, when I first watched the Batman, I watched my friend. He wasn't feeling it, and he was kind of like drifting away. That white privilege line had his eyes completely just brought him back like second wind.
Like,
when you hear those things, it's like, what? It's just, where did that come from? Because it's one of the most bizarre lines just be thrown in, you know?
Especially saying it to a rich white guy.
Yeah,
like Batman,
yep.
What the fuck?
It's kind of awkward. We just have to
and he's
away.
Just like, yeah, right on. Okay.
He's not listening. All the blood's gone to his dick.
Yeah. He's like, shit, you're
whatever you say.
Yeah, the Penguin brought so much new life to this show, made people go back and rewatch the Batman who weren't even that big of fans of it, and just gave it, a second wind. And yet we're still not getting much answers on this.
Well, you've got this kind of the James Gunn being put in charge of DC kind of derailed the Batman.
Yeah, I
think they've just went, listen, because Superman didn't really do that good, we'll kind of push the Batman and we'll kind of make your one at the same time. I don't know if they'll merge the universes or not because Clayface looks like it's filming in the exact same locations as the Batman.
Well, you're a good person to ask because you weren't even that big on the Penguin. You'd still agree that's way better than Superman.
Oh, way better.
Yeah, which would you prefer?
Yeah, way better.
Easily. If we could have a season or maybe even 2 seasons of the Penguin and like a Batman trilogy, I will trade that over all this gun Superman bullshit.
Well, Supergirl or the Penguin season 2, easily Penguin season 2.
Easily, man. Yeah, the last 3 episodes of Penguin was some top tier television. The way they pulled all that off, and a real villain, like what he did to his mom at the end, was fucking monstrous and disgusting. It was gross, but in the best way possible. These are the villains we want, man. I want to see Batman face off against that guy. You know, I don't know if they're gonna pull it off though. It's been so long. I'm not sure what their vision is for this anymore.
Well, is Penguin in this? Or he's just a side character.
Yes, he is going to be in it, but I'm not sure to like how big of his role is going to be.
What do you think they're going to do? Because Gilda Gold is in The Long Halloween. That's where she's most famous from. So is he adapting that storyline or he'll probably pull from a bunch of bits of different pieces, I suppose.
Yeah, because it's God, there are other Batman stories to pull from because Jesus Christ, The Dark Knight kind of pulled from Long Halloween. Do we really need more? Do we need this all over again?
Everyone always says like that's the detective story.
It is, but Jesus Christ, like I thought Court of Owls, which is a relatively modern Batman story. It's been like, I don't know, 12, 13 years now at this point, but it's more recent than Long Halloween, and that could absolutely fall right into this world. It's
yeah, like Court of Owls, but Eyes Wide Shut, and it's like a pedo ring he's got to bust. Like that would be like all the elites have got like kids on chains, and he just comes in and kills them all.
I'd love to see the Court of Owls arc actually adapted, but give it a better ending.
For sure.
I'd love to see that. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a great one. And it would make sense for this Batman too, because he thinks he knows Gotham, but he doesn't really know Gotham as it turns out. Like that would make a lot of sense.
And because they're all like the rich, he can be Bruce Wayne and infiltrate these places and meet people and
Yeah, I don't need another Long Halloween adaptation at all, but
well, the Batman, he wasn't a great detective in his own movie. He was kind of stupid.
Was because we had Joker briefly seen at the end of the Batman, right? Like he was in prison.
Yeah. He was talking to the Riddler.
Have they revealed if the Joker will be showing up in any capacity?
I hope not, because did you see the deleted scene with what's his face as the Joker? And it was basically a ripoff of Hannibal. Yeah, the Irish guy. It was a ripoff of Hannibal Lecter and Clarice Starling, like their scenes together.
No, I didn't see that.
His face is all cut up because they're kind of going for the more extreme Joker.
It looks fucking ridiculous. It looks horrible. Like this version of the Joker, I don't need the Joker in this version of Batman if that's what it's going to be.
We've had so many Jokers. Like literally
another one.
Just calm down. There's so many other ones that we can adapt. I just don't understand
why the essential Batman villain though, right? Like that's the villain for Batman.
Have some respect for the character in terms of we've managed to get 2 fantastic Jokers like recently. I'm not talking about all the other ones, but Heath Ledger's Dark Knight Joker and then Joaquin Phoenix's Joker in the first one. The fact that we can get 2 S tiers, like that shouldn't happen. Leave it. We're good. We don't need more after that. Take a break.
My favorite one was the one that was raped.
Jesus Christ. I refuse to watch Joker 2 because I didn't think it needed a sequel for one.
He was raped into sanity.
God, all I hear about is that it's one of the worst sequels that he was raped. I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'm good.
But if we talk about the villains, Batman is known for his rogues gallery. He's got fucking tons of villains to pick from.
He does, yeah.
He's got Scarecrow, Killer Croc, Mr. Freeze, Ra's al Ghul. He's got fucking tons.
Bane, Ivy.
Ivy. Yeah.
I want to see them take characters that we've seen in the past and do them properly. Like Bane, Ivy, and Mr. Freeze, how they all got fucking goobered on in Batman and Robin.
They weren't goobered on. They were fucking great in Batman and Robin. What are you talking about?
Madam Web type grape. All right, the great. That's how, if you want to look at it that way.
Uma Thurman rocked that outfit the entire, honestly, and then all of the ice puns. in a fucking Austrian accent. That shit
Nice
was
to see you.
right.
Uma
that
and
shit was
Arnold
great.
were having the time of their fucking life, and I love them
Right.
for it. I can't
What killed the
love them.
dinosaurs? The Ice
The Ice
Age.
Age.
They probably think like in the middle of the night, just smile thinking about that movie. They had so
All
much
right,
fun.
everybody, chill.
I would. We have that meme movie. I would love to see those three characters taken super, super seriously, and see if we
Well,
can get an interesting.
Well,
portrayal.
each one is like a mass. Like Mr. Freeze would be an entire movie on himself.
Build it up.
Like,
Why not?
I say he's got so many wrote like Scarecrow and stuff that we've never really been. I think the Arkham Knight is probably the biggest like appearance he's had, but there's so many you could flesh out. Even like Calendar Man, even the shitter ones are funny. Like Kills Every Holiday or something.
And you know what they should do? How the MCU basically we did a Thor movie, Captain America movie, Iron Man movie, fleshing out all the superheroes. Why not have your base Batman movie, but then have all the other heroes have their own movie or have their own show, so we can build them up and then build up to something, properly. Like there's so many things you
another
can do.
expanded universe?
Yeah, but you can do it in a different way. It doesn't have to be superheroes. We can find a way to really flesh out his villains, and he's still incorporated. He's a part of all of those stories, so we still get continuity for him. I just think if the idea that connected universes is just dead because the MCU fucked up, I don't believe that. I think you could still do it good. Just stop following Marvel and find something that's creative and original.
Well, it was the TV shows that really killed Marvel because they started wasting time and resources on these shows that don't even matter. Because the character you get by the end of the TV show is nothing that's like in the movie.
Yep.
Thunderbolt is the biggest example. US Agent is a completely different person. He's a hero in the Falcon and Winter Soldier. He's a piece of shit dad in the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, it's so fucking weird.
It's terrible.
Oh, that
You're
character
punished?
went from A to B.
You're punished for fucking paying attention as well.
Well, yeah, someone mentioned homework. Like the MCU, when it was good and you're actually interested in it, it never was homework. It becomes homework when the content is shit and it's not worth the juice isn't worth the squeeze. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Yeah.
but that's the goal that all of these, CEOs and Hollywood head honchos are aiming for, right? It's just keep you invested, so we'll make a multiverse, or expanded universe. But they don't understand how to do that in a compelling way without the greed taking over. So that's why I'd rather just, for now, just leave the interconnected story stuff. Just make solid movies on their own. That's
They
fine.
can't do it.
Batman stands on his
Yeah.
own. He does not need anything interconnected with other
Right.
heroes. He's so different from all of the other DC heroes. It's fucking bizarre. He doesn't belong here.
Are you telling me that at the end scene of the Penguin, when they showed the bat signal, you didn't get pumped for Batman? I'm talking
I'm
about
not saying
tiny
that.
things like that.
No,
that's all
but
we
I
need.
mean, like, I can't see this Batman because he's so grounded interconnecting with Superman or anything like that. Like, I don't need anything with that.
Okay. I thought I've never liked the Justice League. Batman is his own. I love Batman. I just almost wish he could bring him over to Marvel and he could do his own thing.
You and I have had that
Yeah,
conversation.
yeah.
Like, let's
Yeah.
steal Batman and bring him over to the Marvel universe
too
and just
cool,
drop
man.
him in and blow
rest
up,
of you-
detonate the fucking DC universe.
Pull the plug. Batman he's carrying you motherfuckers.
He
Legit.
really is.
With no powers, too.
Yeah. No superpowers. He carries the entire DC universe on his back.
Yeah, keep him isolated. I agree with that point.
Mm. Marvel might suck right now, but it's fucking always been better than DC, dude.
Mm.
Well, even the
Okay.
reboot, Supergirl has absolutely nobody's excited for it. Superman was retarded. And Supergirl looks like it's gonna be generic and just shit.
I still think it's gonna be a better movie than Superman. The bar
yeah.
is really, really low, man. The
But
fucking
it
harem, like
depends how insufferable Supergirl is. Like if
I know.
she is if she's She-Hulk levels of like just asshole.
Ooh, yeah, okay, that would probably break it. Also, any like Lex Luthor presence would break it because he's just not usable anymore. So it would sort of depend on the stakes and the villain as well as the protagonist.
You got that little girl with a giant sword as well, which is going to be cringe.
You know what else looks cringe? But I want to see it anyway. This
I'm seeing
movie.
this shit.
In the
Yeah,
best way
boy.
possible. Cringe in the
Yeah.
best way possible.
It looks
Fucking bring
self-aware,
this
man.
on.
They got 50 Cent as Balrog. They know what they're doing, man.
Yeah,
they know what
dude.
they're doing.
They got a
Um,
couple pro wrestlers in there. They got Cody Rhodes as Guile, and he looks fucking ridiculous.
One of
I
my
cannot
favorite
wait.
MMA fighters is playing Joe, and he looks just like him, so it's perfect. I wish he was on there. It's not on there.
Eric Andre. God. This is a hell of a cast, man.
This looks so ridiculous, but I love it.
He's got Andrew Schultz, which is weird.
Yeah, that's weird. What the hell?
Look at that pussy ass Akuma. Like, how dare you waste Akuma like that? That's terrible.
Well, he
Wait,
won't. He won't
Roman
fully
Reigns
transform.
as Akuma, and you're talking shit?
Yeah. What is that?
Dude,
Where's the
Roman
hair?
Reigns is like a fucking god among men. Okay, you need
Fucking
to.
God. Not
you
enough,
need to
not god
acknowledge
enough for
him.
Akuma, man. Akuma like should be borderline demonic, but maybe I don't know. Maybe they'll pull it off. It looks ridiculous but fun.
Acknowledge your tribal chief. What the fuck? But yeah, I just threw this slide in here because it looks like B-movie slop that I cannot wait to see.
It looks fun, like Batman and
Yeah.
Robin kind of fun. There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you got Mortal Kombat 2 that looks a bit more serious, and you've got what's his face is Johnny Cage.
Carlo Day.
Carl
Carbon.
Carl, that looks good, but it looks serious. This looks fucking weird.
Yeah, it does.
They're leaning into the cheese because I think they released another trailer along with these posters. I can't remember, but they're leaning into the cheese and all of the little Easter egg stuff from the video game. So I'm here for it. I'm good for just fun slop. There you
This
go.
might be the right approach. Trying to take
Yeah.
this seriously, I don't know. Just have fun
You
with it.
can't make a serious Street Fighter movie because then you turn it into some just like standard, like gritty stuff that no one wants to see. That doesn't
Yeah.
appeal to anyone.
Hmm.
All right, let me pull up this tab here.
That was a
Fair
lot.
enough.
A lot
Fair
of
enough.
characters to
Just,
introduce.
Yeah, this Akuma is pretty badass. That's true.
Well, in the
It is a
trailer,
little-
his eyes go dark, so I don't know if he'll transform in the movie.
Yeah, that's Akuma right there.
yeah,
Jack.
it's a little underwhelming. Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be hard to catch that in real life, right?
Well, that's the thing. Like, dude, Roman Reigns is no joke. Like, he weighs 280 pounds for real. Like, he's a
He's a
fucking-
beast.
Yeah, he's a monster. But that picture of Akuma that I just pulled up is, yeah, it's a little underwhelming. Okay.
You're just not gonna be able to replicate that anime girth. Like he's just like that's beyond human potential.
Although I don't know why they casted what's his face as Bison.
Yeah, that's a weird
He's
choice,
so
huh?
thin because Bison's fucking huge.
Yeah,
Bison
he's
should be
badass.
jacked. You need
This
someone
was-
like Reacher to play Bison. Someone
Yeah.
like massive. Yeah.
Yeah, you need someone absolutely huge. Does he fly around and shoot electricity as well in the movie? I remember that.
You think Roman's 240? Maybe like 270? Maybe
I would say he's too lean. When you said 280, I was like, no fucking way in my head.
Well, I guess I was throwing out his build weight, and I think they probably lie for WWE. So
Yeah, we're getting into
I would
strongman
imagine,
powerlifting
yeah.
territories when you're at 300. He's too lean for that.
yeah.
How many of these? I love 50 as Balrog. He just has he literally just give him the hair and he's ready to go.
What do you think about Jason Momoa as Blanca?
I didn't even know that was him. What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
Why is he- What? I don't even know what to say about that. Wow.
Yeah, that is
Cammy.
that's a fucking weird
I
one.
don't have much to say about this. It looks like fun. I've never been a massive Street Fighter fan. I've been more of a Streets of Rage kind of person. So
Streets of Rage. I
This
remember
needs
that
the
game.
side by
Holy
side
shit.
of the characters. Not everyone's gonna be able to remember it spot off. The bat.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
And the guy they
When-
had for Ryu looks like a pussy. That was the
When
last thing I saw.
when they all stepped out at the Game Awards, they brought up their posters with them because they had them one by one come onto the stage and all line up, so you could see the actor and then who they were supposed to be, which was nice. But
Mm.
Well, in other movie news, Zootopia 2 passed $1 billion. The fuck?
Woo!
the furries will pay. The furries will pay.
I mean, it's significant news because not a lot of movies have this year. I think
Nope.
this is only what two or three did this year. That's it. And
Lilo and Stitch.
Lilo and Stitch this, and I don't even think another one has actually.
Minecraft, did that make it in the
Oh,
end?
No, it
that
did
was
not.
Shy of a
I
million.
called that shit, baby. I knew it would.
Definitely not Superman.
There was one
No.
more that made $1 billion, I feel.
Oh, Jurassic? No. Jurassic.
No,
didn't make
Jurassic
$1 billion.
didn't. Demon, one of the anime ones. K-pop.
Mesa 2.
Oh, the
foreign
Chinese thing.
film, made $1.9 billion.
That's crazy.
Damn.
That's like all the Chinese domestic market, right? Because I don't. I mean,
Yeah.
was that massive over here? I don't even remember.
No,
seeing
it only
in
made
theaters.
$23 million domestic.
Oh,
So,
there you go.
yeah, not much.
It was just Lilo and Stitch then is the only $1 billion movie aside from this.
Zootopia and Lilo and
Fucking
Stitch.
hate that movie made money. I hate that movie so much.
I
They
do too.
fucking fucked it up so bad. And I feel like we all had the same experience. Like I wasn't even really familiar with the first one. I'd never watched it. I didn't have any interest in it. But watching it to get the actual comparison, I was like, how the fuck could you have possibly fucked this up this bad? It was right here. The entire meaning of the story just butchered. And the fact that it made money is just gonna make them repeat that. You know, they just don't care about what made their original products work. They don't even understand it. Yeah.
The CCP would totally never lie.
Oh, the money.
Well, do you think Avatar is going to make?
Yes,
billion.
but I don't think it will make as much as the last two. So
Yeah,
I think it'll
I
make.
agree with that.
It'll cross $1 billion. Whether it makes it to 2, I don't know.
Because didn't
So
they?
might-
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say they might like keep doing what they did last time, like re-releasing it and
Exactly.
with-
Yeah.
like the Rise of Skywalker. They kept making sure it crossed the $1 billion mark.
Because they kept extending Avatar 2 in theaters. Because it was in theaters for like almost 3 months, and they kept pushing it so that it would hit the 2 billion mark finally.
Yeah.
So I agree with Plutz though. It'll make over $1 billion, but I doubt it will hit 2 billion.
It's just become a spectacle now where people will see the Avatar movie because that's what you do, but there's just no investment in it. And I think that's eventually going to like wear out. The first one, it was like this big 3D innovation. Like everyone had to see it because like it was this all this hype. And then the second one coming out, it's like, oh my God, it's been like 1 million years since Avatar. We have to check it out again. What's the appeal for the third one now?
Family
like you actually
film.
at this point you actually need a story, and after all the years that Avatar's been out, I've never once heard someone describe the characters or the story or the plot or something significant that they care about in the movie. It's just technical innovations. That's it.
Well, I had a weird thing was I was arguing with my friend's wife and she said, I love the Avatar movies. And I said, what's the main character's name? And she couldn't tell me.
Boom.
Jake Sully.
Yeah,
That's the only character I know, though.
Yeah, that's the only character I know.
Because they say it so many times it
But
gets
that's-
ingrained in your head. Jake
It's like
thought his
saying
name was Jim.
it's like trying to say I love Lord of the Rings, but you can't name Frodo. You have no
Yeah.
idea who Frodo. You can't literally name the hobbits. You can't even.
Well,
you have no. That's Jim. When you
She
refer to
didn't
Gandalf.
realize. She laughed when I pointed out what's the main character's name. She went, "Is it Jim?" And I went, "No, it's Jake Sullivan. I only know that."
There you go. You.
I only
That's
watched the
amazing.
first movie when it came out, and I can remember his name is Jake Sullivan. I didn't watch number 2 at all.
Jake Sully.
Such a stupid fucking name. That's why I remember it.
I only
Yeah.
know the name because people reference it when they have when this topic comes up because it's the only name that people can remember. There's blue people. They're on an island. There's like flying creatures. It's Avatar's just a CGI blur to me.
They
It's just
rape
no
things
secret.
with their hair.
Yeah, pretty much hair rape.
Yep.
Like
Well, who's the evil guy? The human supremacist dude
Major Quaritch. I
who
think his
just
name is.
like every supremacist decides to get himself a blue girlfriend of the opposite alien thing. He's going humanity first. Oh, I'm gonna get myself a blue girlfriend. No, fuck that. Fuck having to sleep with a human woman.
And maybe this is just me, but I've never been a big fan of the design of the Navi. Like these big lanky blue people. it just
they
never
look
worked for me.
silly in my
Well, that's what
opinion.
they were literally designed to appeal to your like subconscious attraction detectors. Basically, none of them they're not really supposed to be people, so you don't find any kind of deeper emotional attachment. But they brought in scientists to work out exactly what shape and proportion the eye should be in respect to everything else in the head to maximize your like the cute factor. They studied all of this
It's
shit.
just
They're long and they're lithe because
Didn't work.
that's kind of vaguely appealing without getting into specifics as to why. They're not like offensive to look at, and lots of people just find them generically beautiful, which they don't think about it after the fact, but it's nice to look at the time.
I think generic is the key word there. They just seem like default, like there's just nothing appealing about them whatsoever. And you mentioned all the design and the science that went into like constructing the design to try to appeal to the human eye. And I'm just thinking like fucking Christopher Johnson from District 9 appeals to me more. His fucking like lobster ass. Like I'd rather an actual goofy, scary looking alien who
This is appealing
to
to someone. This is pleasantly attractive to someone out there.
I like the prawns from District 9. I think they look awesome. This
They
is
look
so
cute.
much more boring. Yeah, the
Prawns
prawns
are kind of cute. Yeah.
yeah, they have a look to them that's memorable. This is just like whatever. I would see this in a video game and never glance at them ever again.
Also, the culture's like it's just American Indian, like noble savage fucking trope. It's so boring and played out at this point.
Yeah.
Nothing new or anything. We don't know how those floating mountains work. They just float.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing unique about them is that they rape each other with a hair. That's basically it.
Yeah, we were talking about the hair rape. That's one of the things that comes to mind in Avatar.
Like,
you can't talk about the characters or the plot.
I think. Like, they worship the tree because the tree is special. Vaguely,
It can
in some
transfer consciousness
pseudo-magical way.
somehow.
Yes, but it can do that in the first movie, and then they sort of don't really use that much in the second movie because that would require actually fleshing out the concept.
Wasn't it like
Isn't one of the
magic
guys-
whale cum in the second movie or
The
something?
second one has
That
the
was the
magical
neat-
whale
yeah.
brain goo,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then there's also unobtainium, but then the second movie forgot about that. The third one will probably forget about whale brain goo as well. So none of these things are supposed to actually stick with you as really cool story beats. They are supposed to, it's the feelies. Again, I keep saying it. That's all it is. It's supposed to be you sit down, you sort of take it in, and your brain goes all mushy, and you like how pretty it vaguely is, and then you leave feeling pleasantly warm inside, and you have no recollection of what you've just seen beyond vague feeling.
Yeah, boss.
I've got to watch number
I'll be
2 to
seeing
watch this.
I'll be seeing The Housemaid instead on Thursday when this comes out.
What's that?
Because so it's big old tittied Sydney Sweeney's new movie. And I'll be going to see it to watch those things swing around.
Are you just like her number one fan? You go,
I'm a huge
Sydney,
fan.
and you're just behind her trying to grab her.
Judging by the box office for literally all of her movies, you're one of her very few fans. 'Cause
I
nobody
am,
actually
yeah.
shows up to see these movies.
Like Blades of
No.
Glory, that super stalker, where you just like grab her name tag and sniff it and run away.
Yeah,
I might
well,
watch this
have to
because
see
Michelle
this, though.
Marone is in here. So,
Indeed, research purposes. I might review it, but I will be reviewing this, so I have to see it this weekend. Unfortunately, I have to spend part of my vacation reviewing this fucking thing.
Yeah, when's it coming out?
Thursday.
It's early
Yeah.
release is 17th, isn't it? And then wide
Yeah.
release is the 19th, I think.
All right,
Well,
you
we've
guys
got-
tell me. Do I need to watch Avatar 2 or can I just jump into this?
Well, I mean, on the one hand, yes, because it's supposed to be the second half of that story. But on the other hand, no, because there isn't a first half to the story. So you won't miss anything.
Okay.
You could watch Avatar 1 or 2, and they're the same fucking movies. Or
Pretty
if you've
much.
seen Fern Gully, you're all set.
Okay.
Yeah,
I feel like these movies take like 30 seconds to sum up. Like
they
seems
do.
to be the case.
Well, we've also
Um,
got Fallout in the 17th, haven't we?
actually, I pushed it up. It's
Man.
tomorrow now. The first episode.
Oh, Jesus Christ. And I was already
hate
not
that
looking forward to it
show.
because there's so much shit that I have to do this month. And now I've got Stranger Things and Fallout and Avatar. It's horrible. I'm going to have a Christmas.
These are, you know, once you see them once, you just want to see them again and again and again.
It's
Fair.
Jeans, man. She's
Yeah.
fantastic
Jeans.
tits.
Do we know if they're
Um,
gonna put her in an actual maid outfit?
Are they going to do what they did in
Experts
Madam
out.
Web, where they strangled her tits? You would never even know she has an A cup in Madam
No,
Web.
I think she's supposed to be sexy in this movie, so they're actually allowing them to dangle.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
dangle.
Our final story today is just pisses me off. John Cena tapped out in his final WWE match.
Can you give us the play-by-play? Like, what happened here? Like, what's
Okay, so let me just set this story, okay? This guy built a career over 2 decades on the motto, never give up. And then what they wrote for his final match is to literally have him fucking give up.
Oh yeah, that's pretty stupid. Why would they
That's
do that?
terrible.
You have the opportunity to give these people proper payoffs and send ups. You can write into the script. And
You can.
fuck
It's
it over.
fucking
That's pretty,
scripted. You don't need to
no
write it like this.
There's no excuse for that. Because I'm in the MMA world where like we get bittersweet endings because it's reality, right? Like sometimes you get beautiful payoffs and like these magical moments. But when you can script it and you still screw it up, that's pretty stupid, man.
So the guy that's the head of WWE at this point, after the match was over, he came out with like all of the stars came out and he was leading the pack and the whole fucking arena was booing him out of the arena. They were screaming like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. And he's just like the most arrogant person that you could possibly imagine. These people paid absurd amounts of money to see this match. They got fucked over and he laughed about it.
That's fucking terrible. And do you have any theories on why they did this to him specifically? Because I know he's one of the biggest stars. Like he came around wrestling around the time I stopped watching, and I watched his career just blow up. So I know he's been one of the biggest stars of the last 20 years.
So I knew that he'd lose because it is, quote unquote, a time-honored tradition that if you're retiring, you put over the person that you're wrestling to, push the business forward, like you pay it forward. So I anticipated him losing, but so this guy that he put John in a sleeper hold, he is known for sleeper holds. So my assumption was like, I bet my friend, I was like, I'll bet you $100. He puts him in the sleeper hold and he passes out, which would be the correct way. He doesn't give up, right?
It's just the way you're supposed to write it. Like little things like that. Those details matter for the fans, right?
Right. So what happens is John, like, I think I see what they were trying to do where John like smiled. It was a boring fucking match too. Like he had him in a sleeper hold for, I swear to God, like 5 to 10 fucking minutes. And John smiled and then tapped. And I think he was saying like, I'm not going to pass out, but you got me. And I think that's what they thought they were trying to do. But it's not, it was horrible execution though. And the entire arena, like the entire internet or the wrestling community online has just been decimating this fucking thing. Deservedly so. It was horrible. I spent my Saturday night just bitching about this all of Sunday and now part of BSUP today. I'm still pissed about it.
Oddly enough, I know John Cena as an actor more than a wrestler, and I do like him.
Yeah.
So it would be nice to actually know that he got a proper send off, but no, this just seems like botched disrespect. Because I know the way you're supposed to play this. There's a lot of ways to play this to make everybody win and maintain his mystique, but that's not how you do it. No excuse when you can write it. Like that's fucking insane.
Awful. But I just had to put it in here because it pissed me off.
John Cynic.
John Cynic. We do have a shit ton of super chats to get to, though.
Load them up.
All right, let's start it out. The Crispy Jelly says, I'm getting this out early because I have passion. I have to recommend the 2D animated Christmas film Klaus on Netflix. It came out in 2019 and is one of the last 2D films that holds up to films like Lilo and Stitch.
Thank you for the recommendation.
Yes.
Oh, I watched that. It was okay. I think they were more focused on the animation style than the story. It's decent though. It's not terrible. It's good. My opinion keeps changing. 6, 7 out of 10. I give it.
Well, thank you for the recommendation. All the same. Winner GS says, "Smooth talkers. What the fuck? What happened? Vex get attacked by blue-haired wine-drunk cat moms. Plut's kidnapped by Kardashian zealots. Jedi messed up a Game of Thrones reference. We all know about Reaper. Cynic was staring at boobs. Well, you know me well.
It sounds like I'm going to shoot up a school or something.
We all
Let's
know
not talk
Reaper.
about Reaper. Let's just ignore Reaper.
Thanks for the super chat, though. TGB Monster says, "Hi, everyone. It's good seeing all of you." Well, it's good seeing you too. Our friend Odom gifted 5 little Platoon memberships.
Welcome to all of you.
TGV Monster comes back. Resident Evil 9 has Leon Kennedy back. Looks so dope. Plus, Lara Croft is hot again. Yeah, I put that in a slide here too. I just in case we got to it, but yeah, she looks hot again. Isn't that something?
She was hot in the 2015 one. What are we talking about?
Yeah, but
Was
she was
she?
covered up and like she was kind of like that. It was slightly more innocent, hot. Like they made sure to give her like no tits.
Yeah, no titties.
She had like B/C cup titties in the
Hidden
2015.
underneath like body
She
armor.
had ripped up clothing in like all of the first game, man.
In
and
the
she was
first game,
yeah,
and then the second game, she got more covered. Like I'm
because
surprised
she
they put
was in
Becca on
fucking
it.
like Alaska. In the
Why are you
second game.
defending this?
Because this argument is so fucking dumb. They're both really hot versions of Laura Croft.
Well, it's the newest ones. They're based on the actress, so facially she is attractive, but they did hide a lot of her body. What's kind of interesting about this, though, is Resident Evil 9, the reason why Leon Kennedy still looks attractive despite being nearly 50 is because the women in Japan, they literally said, we have a lot of female developers who don't want him aged and ugly. Like, the women literally said, we want him attractive. And then, like, you go, and then you get attractive feet Lara Croft, and what do women in the West do? Ugh, what a bitch! I hope she's ugly and fat because I'm jealous. It's mad. It's absolutely mad the differences in East to West.
I mean, that explains a lot of the Sweeney slander.
Very true. There's a lot of people that are like the anti-ugly woman thing too that are complaining about this Lara Croft redesign. I think this is her best redesign yet, in all honesty. I like this redesign better than the 2015 one because it's not going for hyper realistic. I'm kind of overseeing hyper realistic as a default art style in every game. So I like that they're going like a little bit unique and almost cartoonish with this one.
Well, they're trying to copy Uncharted, and she's never been Uncharted. She's been her own, I mean,
own
very
character.
similar, but like the whole diving with two guns aspect got completely erased, and that was her most iconic feature.
Taker says, Trump should have said, Rob didn't like me much, but he made Princess Bride, so he can be forgiven for a lot of things.
But he has past like experience of how to do this correctly, which was when Ruth Bader Ginsburg died, and he didn't even know about it. And he said, "This, telling me this for the first time. Strong, powerful woman. Didn't agree on everything, but she's very impressive. And I'm sorry she's dead. That is all you need to say.
That's how you handle it. You're right. He's smart enough to handle this. This seems like an intentional comment or a botch. Who knows?
I think he just doesn't give a fuck anymore. He's like, it doesn't matter. It's my last term. I'll do what I want. I'll just be a prick.
He just fumbled it like they did Cena's retirement match.
Traumatized.
Maxi Rage says, love the animated DC when I was growing up, and now I get my heart broken seeing them become a crackhead and homeless and fuck James and his circle jerk pals.
I think there's still a small chance Supergirl won't be terrible. Just a small chance.
Is there really? I feel like that trailer kind of doomed it. Like, what they're going for. And the only chance this movie has is Millie Alcock's charm. And whether or not the character gives her room to do that. Because she was great in House of the Dragon. She really, really, really worked, man. And again, so many people went into that show ready to hate it. But then the character was just so compelling immediately.
But she had good dialogue, good characterization.
Yes.
So she doesn't have any of that. So this is going to require her acting to elevate the script.
Her scenes with her mother in episode 1 aged really, really well. Because, knowing what happens, it plays a lot into her character going forward. Everything she learns, and a little interaction they had back and forth. If they can capture what worked in that season in this show, then there's hope. Because she is very charming and fun and talented.
Wolfsbane says, it wasn't enough. We need hotter Lara Croft.
Yeah, like some people are saying her tits need to be bigger. They need to be so big that like she can't even see her face.
She can't even perform her stunts. Right. She still needs to be able to maneuver. She can't just be all tit.
It'd be funny. That's how she jumps off buildings. She just lands on her tits and just bounces up.
She bounces like bumbles, bro. Toivo Corhonen says, idea for BSUP 100. Host a game where you quiz your guests on different nerd IPs. Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Simpsons, anime, Game of Thrones, superheroes, video games, classic movies, and so on. Who will be the ultimate nerd?
I'm so down for that. It just depends on like who wants the commission to be able to get it all set up. Because I almost feel like one or two people have to set it up correctly. And I don't know if everyone's going to be able to participate that way. Right?
I'm not going to set anything up.
I might
get that going.
I would want to participate. That's the only part of the reason I don't want to set it up. But it depends on how you want to do it. Maybe like, I don't know. But
Yeah.
if anyone has any ideas like that, I'd be down to help out.
That's
I'll
a
look
good
into
idea.
I'm sure there's a website you can find that has some sort of like a bingo card of like nerd shit that you can play or download. So
Well,
it'll be who's Anakin's father? Then it's my go, and then it's like, what's the fucking bay door on Star Wars? This I'm like, what?
Well, I don't know. You can go really tricky with these questions because sometimes it could be something super simple, but it just trumps you. Like what's the name of the missile that Tony was advertising in Iron Man 1?
Jericho.
The Jericho.
Boom. There we go. There we go. It's what I mean. It can be super easy or like, wait a minute, what the fuck was that? And I don't know. There's so many ways we can do it. So we'll figure it out.
David Smart Jr. says, "Hey guys, wish me luck on the Avatar 3 on Thursday."
good luck.
I
Good
wish
luck.
you luck, sir. Yeah.
You'll need it. So will I.
Was it 4 hours?
I think it's 3.5.
3.5.
Is Anaconda out this week or is that next week?
I think it's their Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am kind of looking forward to that.
I
kinda
kind of
watch
am
that.
too. Yeah. The real hosty says, but guys, you can't judge a movie based on its marketing. A very intelligent guntard.
28
What the
years
fuck do you
later.
think the marketing is for? Why do
Yeah.
they release this stuff?
Yeah, 28
I love
years
how
later,
that
I can
doesn't
never
apply
trust a
if you're
trailer
looking
again.
forward to it. Like if you are looking forward to the movie or think it looks good, that argument doesn't apply. But if you're
Never.
critical of
Brooks
it,
said.
then it does.
Mhm.
As Brooks is saying, 28 years later, looked fantastic from the marketing.
One of
Was
the best trailers
not
ever.
good.
Mhm.
Just if that doesn't make you cynical, I don't know what will, because that trailer was fool's gold. I was just like,
Mhm.
this has to be at least decent if you have a trailer that's this fucking banging. And they couldn't even pull that off. So
It's actually kind of amazing they pulled off that trailer now that given
Yeah.
how terrible the movie was.
yeah, what
Like,
they
I'm
had
actually
to-
very impressed. Yeah.
Well, you can't
This is
hide
a-
this. Have you
It's a
seen the
rare
second
moment.
trailer? The Bone Temple.
No, I've heard of it though.
It doesn't
It
look
You
Yeah.
can't hide the shit. Like the Jimmy Savile gang is meeting like Ralph Fiennes, and it looks awful because you can't hide anything.
You
Yeah.
have enough to work with and plenty to hide in the first one. Where I would it's one of the rare times where I'd recommend the trailer, not the movie. Like 100%.
TGB Monster says, the thought of Netflix getting Lord of the Rings is nightmarish. The Witcher is haunting my mind. Netflix is the meme. They make black lesbian George Washington.
There's no one's watched The Witcher, have they?
No.
Nope.
I'd literally just because I'm writing a review now. Geralt spends 7 out of 8 episodes heading south, and then on the 8th episode, Yennefer shows up and goes, "You've wasted your time," and that's it. That's all he does. That's The Witcher in his own show.
That sounds wonderful. I'm so sorry I dropped out after season 1.
Dropped
They're
out after
getting worse.
episode 1. Like I fucking saw it coming. Like, why isn't this guy in his premiere episode? Like, what is this show? And then here we
He's
are
out
years
an
later.
episode. He's not even in one episode, and his father figure dies, and he just goes, "Hey, Geralt, your father figure died." He just goes, "Oh," and that's it.
Dang.
The real hosty says, this version of Supergirl was established in Tom King's Woman of Tomorrow storyline, but Tom King knows how to write. He's incredibly talented.
I suspect they're also moving away from it because the original slate of movies was Superman
The
Legacy,
Authority.
wasn't it? I think it was called that. Then it was The Authority, and it was called Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Then they changed it, so it's Superman, Supergirl, Superman, Man of Tomorrow. So they've nicked the name from Supergirl, and given it to the next Superman movie, which suggests, to the extent it suggests anything, that they're moving further away from this being an adaptation of that rather than toward it.
Well, I think the Tom King one's more of a fantasy because Supergirl walks around with the sword. Now, instead, the little girl's the one with the sword because she's supposed to go to all these worlds and it's supposed to be more like a fantasy, where they've changed it into more of a Guardians-esque sci-fi comedy now.
TGV Monster says, now I'm missing the Snyder DCEU.
No.
I'm certainly not.
I don't know. Rebel Moon, though, he's going, "Do it, kill her."
Kill
That
her.
dialogue- That level of dialogue I love.
You
I
can
miss them because
appreciate
they are extremely funny, yeah, but that is the only reason I miss them.
Well, like, did you have more fun watching Rebel Moon than you did watching Superman? Because Superman was retarded, but it was annoying that people thought it was good. Whereas Rebel Moon, we could all enjoy how awful it was.
It is
But
nice when
it's-
we're united, for sure.
Yeah, but there's something extra invigorating about a really shit movie that lots of retarded people say is great because it means I get to upset them, and I like doing that. Whereas everyone
That's
already
a good
agreed
point.
about Rebel Moon, and there's a lot of boring nothing in Rebel Moon as well.
Yeah.
Like some
Yeah.
really funny shit, but then you have to wade through
Yeah.
everything else to get there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That is true. It's like, again, the amount of people defending Deck. That's a good example of it too. It's just
God, what a terrible name. I just want to call him
it's
Dick.
so bad. It's so bad. It's such a why. Ugh. And predators don't usually have names. Like, how many predator names do we have? And they're usually cool. Like, like Wolf. Wolf is an awesome name. I don't know if they come up with
Spinge
Deck.
Bill. Is this how would I say this? Spinge Bill. Born to fiddle, forced to faddle.
Yep.
Should get that on a t-shirt.
The fiddle
BSUP
faddle.
merch right there.
Oh, you didn't watch it all, did you, Brooks?
I tapped out after that scene, bro. I
Well-
legit was enraged.
Like,
Wait,
you,
for what
you
movie?
missed on the Born
Uh,
Again Daredevil.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, you missed the Muse plotline. That was
Yeah, I
one
didn't see any of
episode,
that.
and then it's just literally over with.
I remember Gary being pissed off about that because like Muse was the one thing that could potentially save the show in terms of interest, and then that was shit too. So yeah, I tapped out and I don't regret it.
Well, Matt meets him. Matt has a quick fight with him, rescues a girl. Then the next episode, Muse is going to Matt's girlfriend's therapy session.
Are you? What the fuck? So we have
About
villains
this.
in therapy. We have Kingpin in therapy getting cucked out by his wife. I couldn't believe they were doing that to Kingpin. Like, do you remember the presence he had in season 1? Where just saying his name, people would kill themselves because their families would be threatened. You're retarded. Don't diss the rabbi. He's trying to explain. he's trying to bless me with knowledge on board again. Don't diss the rabbi. No, that wasn't Matt. So I had no interest in the show after what I'd seen. Like, who is this fucking idiot, and why are they calling him Daredevil?
For Vex from Tay, I missed your B-Day stream and we missed BSUP last week. Just wanted to tell you happy belated.
Thank you.
Oh
I
yeah,
appreciate
happy
that.
birthday!
Happy
Thank
birthday.
you.
Well, when was
Well,
your
you-
birthday?
Yeah,
'Cause
when's
it was
yours?
my
Yours
birthday
is
last
Sunday.
week.
December
Happy
9th.
birthday to both of you.
Same. The 6th.
Mine's,
Fuck
Fucking
you.
Six,
Reaper.
Everyone's
ninth.
had a birthday. Jesus.
mine's
Jesus.
12.
Wow.
We're all 3 days apart.
That's pretty crazy.
Happy birthday, guys.
Hello. Yeah.
Happy
man.
birthday, everyone. Except
Mhm.
Platoon, Cynic. You don't count.
No.
Fuck yous.
December babies. Oh, so Vex, you know the horrors of being a December baby. in
Oh
Canada.
yes.
Holy
Oh,
fuck,
yes.
it's cold. When I call it my birthday, it's minus 1,000, but like, come
I'm
on
in
over.
Florida for my
Freeze your
birthday
dick
this
off.
year, so
There you
I'm
go.
okay.
Oy,
Platoon's gonna visit me on my birthday.
nice.
Oh, you're
Oh.
February.
Yeah.
Oh, Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Is that when you go to Arizona and he's gonna shrivel up like a
No,
frog?
no.
Yeah,
I'm
you're just
going to
gonna
Arizona
implode.
next week.
You're just gonna fucking combust. It's just
Yeah,
completely.
yeah.
What will your last words be?
You know he's gonna look like that vampire from Blade. You know he sticks the lights
Yeah.
on it, that big fat one. Platoon's gonna look like that after he's getting burned.
Pearl,
from
yeah.
A picture of Fat Pearl.
Yeah.
You gotta know,
Fat
yeah,
Pearl.
Fat Pearl.
A huge super chat just came in from Flummoxed Buffoon. Merry Christmas, BSUP.
Oh,
Merry
thank
Christmas,
you. Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
holiday, as they say.
as they say.
Annoyings everyone when he say that. Your
Mhm.
Merry Christmas, say Happy Holiday. You want to punch him?
This one's for you, Reaper, from Paul. Will All's Fair get the angry Scouse treatment?
Oh, I
Scouse?
don't-
Scouse?
Scouse. That's where I'm from.
Scouse.
I
How's
still haven't finished. I still haven't finished it all. I only got up to the episodes with she's taking his sperm.
I just finished reviewing it last night. I've watched all 9 episodes of that fucking thing. It
I
is
wanted to.
awful.
Does it end on a high note or is it like kind of normal?
It ends on the most contrived, dumb shit you've ever seen. Like, these women are fucking retarded.
I'm sorry, did you just
So-
say someone gets sperm jacked?
Yeah. Someone gets
Yeah.
sperm jacked in the show.
Steals embryos as well. It's great.
Pedro
I-
Pascal is in this?
Yep. That's what he was inspired by.
I've seen the first episode. I wanted to blow my brains out. It's fucking terrible. And everything you're saying, I could definitely imagine the show going there. It's so fucking obnoxious and vapid. It's just a feminist dream. They're skipping all the logic of opening up your own firm and the things you'd have to overcome to do that, just to show this dream situation of these women abusing these fucking men and finding ways to extort them with their money. And they somehow, the show always makes it like the men fucking have a justifiable reason, but they don't give a fuck. Like they're just getting
the men very
robbed.
rarely
It's
have
so
done
bad.
anything wrong, and the women just nick their shit anyway. But like, I'm assuming it doesn't actually end, right? Because it's got a season 2 greenlit.
Yeah,
now,
yeah,
so...
no. It's so it ends on a cliffhanger, and the women, like I was saying, are actually retarded because it's super contrived. And Carr, the quote unquote villain of the show, she's whatever, she's the antagonist. She convinces them all that Glenn Close's character, or as I call her, Austin Powers, because she's always dressed up like him, that she is losing her mind, like literally losing her mind. She convinces them all in this outlandish scene, and then she gets arrested for that murder of the Graper.
Oh,
yes.
Interesting.
How does she convince them? Does she do I don't know, fucking judo dance or
She
something?
so she convinces them by forging text messages, and she convinces her maid to come in with like fake bruises on her neck and saying that she like physically abuses her and shit. And she's trying to convince them all, and successfully, by the way, she actually successfully convinces them all that she's developing dementia. Like none of it's actually believable. It's hyper contrived. It's so fucking stupid. But for the sake of moving the plot forward, that's what the season ends on, for a cliffhanger.
Oh, the season's done now?
Yes. So episode 9 was in fact the last episode. There is not an episode 10.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's still 6 episodes I haven't covered yet, though, so I'm probably not going to do that.
Yeah,
I did it.
Your thumbnail had me dying, by the way, Platoon. I opened YouTube
It's a
and
good
saw it.
thumbnail, yeah.
I was like, he's right, though.
Yeah.
It's because I use the A/B testing thing. So like I had 3 titles and 3 thumbnails to see which one the audience liked best. It's like there's a couple of pretty good thumbnails in there, and there's a nice title as well. It's like, women deserve better, but the audience decided that no, women don't deserve better. So actually, it's like, fuck it, were women a mistake? Yeah.
Will Dreamer says White Vision looks 3D printed.
He does.
It does.
Oh, Rebecca Gold, I know you. Good show, lads. Nice to see Vex finally.
Oh, you know what? Everyone keeps bringing it up, so I'm just gonna bring it back. Hold on, wait.
Ian
what?
David
No.
Diaz.
The sandwich. Oh,
Ah!
You know what? I wanted to go festive, so I added this
Yes.
one because all the other like stuffed turkeys looked way too dirty
God.
for YouTube. So
fucking Christ, woman.
Adamantium Paladin has become a YouTube member.
Welcome.
The real host, he says, they're also supposed to play a 6-minute prologue for Chris Nolan's Odyssey. They are really trying to get people to see Avatar.
Or they're expecting everyone will see Avatar, so they're just all clamoring for the hot ticket.
Yeah, it's like a Super Bowl commercial, Telgor says, I like villains like Shredder and Skeletor. There is no truth but power, and I'm the strongest. Never gets old as a villain motivation.
yeah.
Shredder's pretty cool.
Shredder's badass, dude.
Yeah, I never had an issue with him at all.
Do you guys remember the original, like the 1990 Ninja Turtles movie?
Of course, you're saying that like you're saying that like it came out in the 60s.
Well, I just rewatched it. I rewatched it recently, so it's,
their fight
just
on
so
the
fucking
rooftop
good, man.
with Shredder when he shows up. It's
I'm going to finish what I started with your ear.
It's a tonally
fucking awesome, man.
They get as dark as they can while staying within like the PG like realm. And like I thank you for pushing it, because Shredder was so much more intimidating than like most villains would be at that time.
Really was, man.
He was fucking awesome. Yeah, that's how you do it. And again, they understood. You don't have him go and slip on a banana peel and just fucking like shit himself, or do the Kylo Ren thing where he loses every fight. What's the first thing he does? He comes and he 1v1s every single turtle, establishes dominance. That's how you do it. That's why Thanos boxed the shit out of the Hulk, so we know what's up. Like, It's how you treat your villain, like establishing that first kill or that first fight. Super important.
Yeah, but he fucked the Hulk up so badly. He's never come back. He's now Nerd Hulk.
Yeah,
He deleted the Hulk.
bitch.
He literally boxed him out of the MCU. Never came back. Oh Jesus! And never got his payoff, including Drax and Hulk never got their payoff with Thanos. They just got forgotten in Endgame.
Cisco Sistar says Mass Effect had a great mechanism for this idea. The genophage makes sense on a narrative and in universe. For pop control, make 50% infertility plague.
Yeah, it's the one they use against the Krogans, right, to limit their population growth because they breed rapidly
Like
and they are very
babies
warlike.
per woman. Yes, each one has like 1,000, and what they say is they could actually have like a growing population. The problem is they're too violent; they keep shooting each other.
How old is Thanos, if anyone knows?
Oh Christ!
He's old. We know that. Like he's a few centuries old.
We watched his planet die, so that's gonna take a while.
Mhm.
I don't know. Is there room to interpret that he's already tried some of these options, and this is the conclusion he's come to? Because that's what I think of when I think of Thanos, like someone who has come to this conclusion firmly, you know?
Well, he told them what to do, and he all
all
ignored them, and he was proven right.
Mm.
So that's enough. Yeah. But also, the genophage is like it is like an actual smart way of treating like because the Krogans are actually heroes in the Mass Effect universe who are stopping the Rachni, but they're just assholes, so they have to keep them in check. And then you also have that fantastic quest with Morden, who actually created the second genophage. That was awesome, but then, Mass Effect 3 came around and ruined the fucking franchise.
Wiz Nilly P says, Naruto sounds cool. Is there anything similar for straight people? Wiz Nilly comes back. Has anyone seen the trailer for Is This Thing On? Who the heck is the target audience? It was advertised during Sunday Night Football, rated R2.
Never heard
Sounds
of it.
vaguely familiar, in all honesty. Oh, is that the comedy one with Will?
Will Arnett.
Yeah, with Will Arnett. Is that it?
Yeah, it seems to be. It's just he's
I
basically.
like Will Arnett,
It says
so-
after many years together, Alex and Tess have reached an amicable end to their marriage, thus beginning an awkward stage of figuring out how to live separately while raising two boys. So I think they're just talking to each other.
I like the trailer for it. I wasn't. I like Will Arnett though. That's the only reason I liked the trailer. I like Will Arnett.
That's right.
Fuck. Ruddy says, or asks, does Schultz fight with date rape drugs? KO.
Is that a wrestling thing?
No, I think Schultzy from Andrew Schultz in the Street Fighter movie.
Oh, something else I know nothing about. Okay.
He's a podcaster. I wouldn't say a comedian because that would mean he's funny. But,
Well, the only thing I know is that is what's the Indian co-host called?
God, what is it? It's the guy
Akash.
that's been getting Akash. He's been getting fucking fucked by his wife so bad, dude. Oh my god, that's like the highest ratings they've had for a podcast in years because of this.
And that was embarrassing. They all just covered for his wife. Like his wife's going, "Oh, I was a virgin when I met Akash," and then
No one believes her.
There's footage of her going, "When I was in college, I was popping my pussy at the white boy fraternity." She was getting fucked by every rich white guy
She
she could
fucking
come
talks
across.
shit about like she hates having to have sex with him and stuff. And this is her fucking husband she's talking about.
Yeah, like her friend, she goes, "I'm jealous of your husband because I know your husband has like a 10-inch dick. My one
Yeah,
doesn't."
she's saying this shit on a fucking podcast.
Oh, yeah,
it's horrific for this guy,
brutal.
and he's just sitting there taking it.
And every
And,
time
like,
she tries to
defending
kiss
her.
him, every time like he goes to kiss her, she always turns her cheek, even after he gives her like a 20 grand ring.
Sounds like Akash needs to learn how to backhand his woman. Put her. in
Oh
her
my god,
face.
it's so pathetic. It's
Yeah.
awful. It's awful to watch, but you also can't look away because you're just like, you fucking pathetic bitch.
It's a car crash
Yeah.
and it's amazing.
It's a car crash.
Sounds
for
like
sure.
Boogie.
Yeah.
Wolfsbane says Naruto talk no jutsu 4 times in the show. Zabuza, what the fuck am I reading?
Zabuza.
Naruto is the main
Gaara,
character,
Pain.
and Zabuza,
someone else
Gaara,
read it
Pain,
then.
and Obito are the 4 villains that he essentially, after a fight or a battle, talk them into giving up their ways or giving up their plan, or talk them out of being a villain in a way. And it was very, very well done for Zabuza, Gaara, Pain to some degree, and in Obito, it was so stupid I quit the show.
Well,
And
Pain,
Naruto talk
he'd
no
already
jutsu
beat
is kinda
him.
like a meme now. Yeah.
He had a full-on fight with Pain, and then he has a conversation afterwards after he's defeated. Obito is like, I'm going to cast a massive illusion on the world. Hey,
Yeah, that
Obito,
one-
don't do that. And he's like,
Don't
okay.
do that. Honestly, it's like they just gave up. Like, you did this, so, like the Zabuza one is almost like a tearjerker. It's so well done, and then it ends with him like going out like a fucking savage on the bridge, trying to kill all those guys to destroy the mobster. Right? They write it well, but the last one was so badly done that it just became like a meme that he talks his villains into like submission, but it's not true. It's actually way better done than that.
You should watch Naruto after you finish Game of Thrones, Cynic.
Yeah, it's only 500
No.
episodes.
no,
Hold on. You know what? In all fairness, there is like essential lists that you can find online to greatly reduce how many episodes you watch. So
Nah,
Then
I
it'll
just
be
won't
about
do that.
250 episodes.
just
Small sets.
wait,
to
hold
Game of
on, real quick. Speaking of Game of Thrones, did you give like your report for episodes this week yet?
No, because
or-
I haven't watched any yet.
Oh dang! All
Get
right.
on it.
Get on
What?
it.
You didn't watch any?
No.
We made a deal.
No, we
Cynic.
didn't.
He's
We did
sworn
not
out.
make a fucking deal. We made a deal for episode 1 and 2, and I
Actually,
did
you got paid money
You
to
got
report
paid,
every week.
that. And I watched the episodes I got paid for.
I want to see you finish season 1. That would be awesome.
I will finish it. Just
You
you
have
know.
expectations.
It's
Cynic.
Christmas. I assume you're busy, but at least finish season 1, and
we're
we can talk
also
about it.
moving out of this fucking house, and holy shit, is that a process? God damn.
Don't
not
leave
a
it
good
to 6
excuse,
months from now,
Cynic.
though. Finish season 1. I definitely want to be able to discuss that for sure. That'd be cool.
Sure. No, I can do that though.
Words are but wind for you, aren't they?
Wolfsbane says, although I do agree that Lee was underutilized, I hate the lack of understanding of his character, as he's a genius of taijutsu and hard work. No 12-year-old unlocks 5 of the 8 gates and not be a genius. It's just
He
like-
doesn't unlock the 8th gate at 12. He unlocks it at 16. So let's not fucking say that. And the point is, they do nothing with his character afterwards.
Yeah.
He is a genius. It's just he doesn't do anything afterwards.
He has one of the most iconic scenes, fight scenes, stories in all of anime. I would say, like that Rock Lee Gaara fight is like that. That's one of those fights that makes you an anime fan for life, or just extremely compelling. And the important lesson of sometimes you don't get to win like all the other talented ninjas do. Like you have to, you're being the only one of his team to lose and pushing it to that point. Like an unbelievable, memorable scene, and they absolutely did nothing with him ever again. It's almost like, it reminds me almost of like, fuck, here we go, Game of Thrones. But Cersei, what she does in season 6, the way season 6 ends, that moment for her, and then how the rest of her character goes, it reminds me of that. Like, how do you do nothing with them it's insane. So yeah, he's one of the most wasted characters in all of anime.
Plus, they set up like Gaara is the big, like, because it's the Chunin exam, and Gaara is set up to be like one of the strongest candidates, and Lee's kind of like a bit of a goofball.
He's a ninja who can't use ninja techniques, so he just focused on hand to hand and
Like,
mastered it to the highest degree.
They hint he's really strong like once, but like he's just kind of like a joke. He's a simp, and then he fights Gaara, and he's really fucking tough. And he shocks everyone.
It's way too much to even explain in terms of people who have context. But just real quickly to end it is the Chunin exam is a 3-part exam watching young ninjas try to get to the next grade of their level, and it starts with like a paper test testing their ability to cheat, and then survival training, and then the third part is 1v1 combat, and this is the payoff that it leads up to, and it's like one of the best payoffs ever, one of the best fight scenes, and to see his character just get degraded into nothing is one of the all-time wastes. It really is. It's up there with any show or anything I can think
That with Sakura. Like, Sakura did nothing for the entire first Naruto part. Then she does one thing against I can't remember the puppet Akatsuki guy.
So sorry.
And then does nothing ever again.
Well, at least she had that glorious moment. But when I talk about Shino, like one of the most wasted characters in fiction, like the fucking dude who could control bugs, and his character was so cool and so compelling, but I just feel like they didn't know how to write around this incredible ability, so they wasted him. They literally just kicked him out of the show. I don't even let's not even get into this. I don't know what we're talking about.
Because Cynic's watched the Game of Thrones, he has to watch Naruto now. And he has to
Right, that's
keep
what
watching
I'm
Fuck that.
No. It's but I do have a lot of love for that show. Like there's just so many interesting characters, abilities, and concepts, and probably one of my favorite show for the magic system, like the way they explain things and break things down. But yeah, shout out to Naruto. I don't know why this became a whole theme tonight. It's just from one comment.
Villains. It was
Look,
the
he was
villains.
wrong.
Oh,
about,
yeah, villains.
He was wrong about Rock Lee. That's why he had to be corrected.
Sleazy Caesar says, love all's y'all's work. Have CAD pesos for each. Vex gets less because of GPG. Jedi and Cynic offered to help new YouTubers. What's the best way to connect for that? What's the greatest advice each of you have for new YouTubers?
You want to go first?
Well, you can always just email me if you want. My email's in the description on my channel. And yeah, I love helping people. So sure, if you have any questions, just ask. Best advice, let me think on that. Jedi Brooks, you can go first. Let me think.
Get a microphone.
Yeah, you took it out of my mouth.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
People, you can edit like dog shit. You can throw up a fucking rotting watermelon. Like it doesn't, that part doesn't matter as much as what you have to say and whether or not they can hear you clearly. If you have bad sound, you're done from the very beginning. And this is someone who had a dog shit microphone for a long time, and I like have the self-awareness to have to really take a look at your work and see if your sound quality is on point, and have people test it out who actually have proper eardrums, not like what I did. Right?
Yeah.
The second thing, the most important thing, is you need something that you're actually passionate about to where it's going to be sustainable. If you're just doing it for the money, you're going to burn out long before you make $1. And it's got to be something you actually care about and would be doing anyway, and then maybe you'll last long enough. You know what I mean? Like it's got to be something that you actually care about, and this is like anyone who has a real hobby should be a YouTuber, but that is a hobby that you'd be doing anyway, and you do it well enough to eventually make it a career. So that's what I'm aiming towards. That's what I've been working on, and I've the growth I've had. I know if I had these tips from the beginning, it would definitely help, especially when it comes to the mic thing, because passion wasn't an issue for me, but the technical part was. So
yeah,
and
that actually does feed into the microphone choice. A good microphone does not mean the most expensive microphone.
No, you can get
means like the AT2020 is a really good budget, like affordable option for a microphone. That's what I got basically from the beginning. I technically now have a much better, much more expensive microphone, but because I never figured out how to use it, it sounds worse, and I'm too lazy to change it. So don't just go for a really expensive one. AT2020, great mic. You should use that. Or anything similar. Like it's like 50 quid at most, I think it is, and you can get it on offer.
So that is true. You can use a cheap mic. It's much more about how you use the mic than the quality of the mic. But
yes.
The reason I say invest in a decent quality mic is because when it comes to recording, you'll save a lot of time on taking out pops and edit and little sounds and all the shit in the background, like the plosives. Like when I go there's so many little things.
Pop filter, man.
Yeah, pop filter. Like even up to now, you have to spend time tweaking some of those things. So if you can reduce your editing time by having a quality recording the first time, having your script thoroughly thought out, and like get that on point, it's really going to make your life a lot easier.
My advice is a little more, I don't know, like analytical, I guess. But this way you'll have a well-rounded bit of advice from the three of us, I guess. Title and thumbnail are unbelievably important, because if those aren't there, no one's even going to watch your fucking video. So find a thumbnail style and stick with it once you find one that works, and keep your titles to a 3rd grade reading level and 45 characters or less. So that way they don't disappear on any screen. Like if you're reading it on a phone and it's tiny, or if you're watching it on TV, it'll always appear so you can read the full title. And the first 30 seconds of your video are unbelievably important, because if they click on the video, if you're lucky enough to get someone to click on it, if you don't get to the fucking point and address what the title says, if you don't follow through on the promise of the video in the first 30 seconds and let them know that you're going to talk about what you said you would, they're going to leave. So those 3 things I would say are the keys for me.
Yeah, if I could intrigue you or make you laugh in the first 15 seconds, that's something I'm going to try to do. Just something to keep your attention till I actually get to my point that you have some investment in. And hopefully I can, keep you entertained from there. But the opening point of a video, like, it's part of the reason we bitch about Chris Stuckman is he'll have a 5-minute video and 3 minutes of it is him rambling about bullshit that has nothing to do with it, or gambling or anything. Like, there's no respect for your audience. You know what I mean? Like, for example, I've had many different types of intros I've done. The Game of Thrones video I made, my Jon Snow one, I specifically wanted that to be an emotional intro to explain how I felt about the character. So something like that needs to be nailed and not drawn out to the point where it's just boring. So that's an example of one. Or you can have one that's just literally a meme for 2 seconds and you go hard into your point. So it depends on the length of the video, depends on what you're trying to build up, and depends on your audience as well. So, but yeah, there's just a lot of little things that go into this, especially if you want it to be sustainable, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And if you want more advice, just shoot me an email. Like I said, I'm more than happy to help anybody. So, yeah, just do that. Wolfsbane says Cynic is to Sweeney like Ryan Kinnell is to Bree.
Yep. Well, this is kind of different because Sweeney was already cool, where Bree was a cunt, and Brian was trying to bring her back to the light. Yeah.
Oh God. Our friend Mr. Buffoon has become a YouTube member now.
Welcome.
Nice. Imperial Fist Stand says Vince would never do something this bad. Just saying. I don't know, man.
Real screw job, bro. Like, what I'm talking about.
I don't know. He probably would do something.
If it was good
bad,
for business, Vince would do anything that bad. That dude
when the Undertaker's streak ended, I'm sure people felt the same way. The WrestleMania streak, 21-1 now. Star Creeper says John Cena peaked as the Fred movie dad.
What the hell's that?
I don't know. I was waiting for someone to be like, yeah, and all of us were silent.
I thought he was funny in the Suicide Squad. Not enough to get his own show, but I thought he was.
Well, there's a film called Fred the Movie, and he plays the dad. So,
there.
No one's seen it.
Nope. Water Girl says, sorry if this has already come up. I missed it. If so, but Markiplier made a movie. It's getting a theatrical release January 30th. Will everyone here be covering that? I didn't know, but
I actually might be covering it. I'm very interested in it.
Can't be worse than Shelby Oaks. Can't.
I covered that. Yeah.
Real quick on Shelby Oaks. Holy shit, man. Holy shit. It's so fucking bad. It's like, it's actually, I was talking about it with my friend because we love found footage. It's like, it might be one of the worst found footage films I've ever seen. It's fucking worthless. And my feelings of Chris, I'm separated completely. I'm looking at his film objectively. It's fucking awful. The exposition, the acting, the wasted time, the wasted opportunities, the tropes, the amount of things he just ripped off. It's fucking a terrible movie. And I'm shocked he made something this bad. He should be more self-aware with this in terms of the resources that he has. He's got Flanagan, for fuck's sakes. I can't even believe Flanagan's name is anywhere near something this bad. Yeah, it's terrible. As above, so below. There's another found footage one. The Tunnel. There's so many little random ones I've watched just for fun, and they're usually either great or okay. I'm not usually looking at one and be like, wait a minute, like just completely ripping it apart and laughing my head off at the end. Like, I tapped out with 9 minutes left, and then Cynic told me the ending was the best part, and I'm like, fuck it, let's see. I'm like, oh shit, you were right. What the fuck? She gets yeeted out the window and then she gets eaten by wolves. Like, what is happening? I've been officially Stuckmanized. Like, this is the stupidest shit. So yeah, Shelby Oaks is shockingly bad. I feel like I want to start I need to write a screenplay. Like, if Chris can get away with that piece of shit, I feel like I can write something better than that.
Right.
Not even kidding. Yeah.
Tai Fung says, thank you, Ploots, for your commentary on Animal Farm, the book, in light of Circus's movie. Has made for lots of good chats with my son, a high school senior who was equally outraged by the trailer.
It looks absolutely awful. And predictably, Hollywood has decided, Yeah, I know communism's bad, but you know what's really bad? Capitalism. Animal Farm is now going to be not an anti-communist story. It is now going. It's. I said this is exactly what the pigs would do if they were making a movie. It's just, and like, yeah, granted, the movie isn't out. Maybe it'll surprise you, but like all this, I think the early reviews who have seen it have basically said yes, it has swapped it for the dangers of growing big business and
Wait,
evil
what?
corporate forces. Yeah.
Oh,
And the surprising thing is it's an Angel Studios thing, which, you know, people normally associate with good old wholesome Christian themed entertainment. So they're like, well, what the fuck is going on? And the answer is that they're a movie studio and they want to make money and have big actors because it makes them prestigious. There's a reason they got Seth Rogen.
The only thing they believe in is money.
If I remember correctly, like 3 or 4 studios passed on this before Angel Studios picked it up. So I don't know if money is in the game if that many people weren't interested in distributing this.
It's a packed cast. I mean, it's like big people, and Andy
Andy
Serkis himself is
Serkis.
not a small name himself. But it just looks horrific, and it's going to completely miss the point and make it'll do a really good job of accidentally making the opposite to the point it thinks it's making.
Is Napoleon still like the main villain, or is it just going to
No.
be like fucking Colonel Sanders? Or
So
something?
judging by the trailers, it kind of follows the same basic structure. The pigs lead a revolution against the evil farmer. But then rather than Napoleon being Stalin and inevitably turning the communist utopia into a dystopia, he gets wooed by evil human businesswoman who then turns him into her unwitting lackey. And actually, the revolution is betrayed not because it was always going to be, because that's what communism does, but instead because they just became like capitalists, and that's evil.
So the communist revolution fails because Napoleon's a simp.
Yep. Basically, he wants money, and if you want money, you're a capitalist.
What the
I'm
fuck?
hoping Andy Serkis will have subverted all of our expectations and maybe it'll deliver. Like that's the only thing that's giving me any hope is his name is attached to it.
Yep,
This is his passion
that's
project.
nice to think, isn't it? But
Yeah.
somehow I doubt it's going to come out that good. It also just looks like shit. But yeah, the mainly offensive thing is how utterly it misses the point. And then you get a bunch of people who are fundamentally retarded and say, "Oh, you don't get it. It was always an anti-capitalist story." Like, fuck off! You haven't read the. I don't think you can read, but if you have read it, then I don't think you've understood it.
Mm.
It's the same like Fallout. They turned Fallout, what was basically a commentary and like war never changes. We're always going to fight each other, even after the world ends. They changed that into a pro-communist story.
Yeah, America nukes China first, and they kill everyone on the planet for capitalism because, you know, if everyone's dead, you can make money. Utter stupidity, and yet it's really fashionable, and lots of people believe it, and they vote. That's the worst thing.
Like Mr. House is like, we're more free, and now he's confined to like this fucking coffin, and if he leaves, he'll die. That's better than just being rich. Oh god, that comes out. Is it tomorrow?
Does it?
Sorry, what is?
Fallout. Is that
Yeah, they
tomorrow?
pushed the episode 1 premiere to tomorrow at 6 p.m.
Eastern, right? So it's
Pacific.
Pacific.
So,
It's like
yeah,
2 a.m. UK time.
your
I think?
time. Yeah.
God, I don't want to watch season 1 again.
John Gets Gaming says, "For Lara, just make the Stellar Blade chick Caucasian."
Hasn't that sold like a fuck ton, that Stellar Blade?
It's only sold like 1 million copies on console, and then it performed better on PC after that release happened earlier this year.
It's not even that great of a game.
It's not, and I think that's why no one really speaks. Like the only time you hear it in conversation is, "Hey, we beat the censorship." So, okay, now tell me about the game.
Yeah,
because it's not that good. It's Nier Automata, but worse with a less interesting story.
It's an average game. It's a very average game.
But have you not seen her go down the ladder with her legs spread? That's all I've ever.
That's pretty much
games are art, guys. Honestly, this is what the audience wants. They want games to be taken seriously as an art form. So all you need to do is give them a bouncing ass on a fucking string.
Well, that was the same thing with Harry Potter, like the Hogwarts Legacy. That game was shit, and yet that game sold a fuck ton because it was a culture war fucking thing.
I don't think the culture war had that big of an impact. Harry Potter's a massive fan base. That's
huge.
the bigger thing. Like those Lego Harry Potter games, and even like the PS1, PS2 Harry Potter games, those sold like hotcakes. People
It was when
love Harry
J.K.
Potter.
Rowling. Well, a lot of it was like it. Yeah, it probably was because the brand's so strong. But there was a
Right.
J.K. Rowling aspect of we're not buying it to support her, and then all the chuds were going, "Oh, we'll buy it to support her, even though she hates us." But
That was a very
so
small thing.
tons.
Like, I don't think these like little like micro like culture thingies have a huge as much of a impact as people like to think, especially when it comes to IPs like that.
I agree. I'm just saying, like Stella Blades is one of them, and that
Yeah,
sold a
agreed.
lot. Yeah, so
Agreed.
it can. It's like Bud Light. There are these hyper focused things where it can make a big difference. But Harry Potter is going to always sell because it's Harry Potter.
Right.
And the difference normally is that like a small group of insane ugly people will say, hey, this game's evil and it should be banned. And then everyone else says, hey, I didn't even know this game was coming out. It looks kind of cool because the ugly people hate it. So more people buy it as a result. It keeps happening. They are very, very good at promoting the games they want nobody to play.
That's such a good point. I'm thinking back. I think I got introduced to Eminem from people trying to cancel him. I got introduced to Grand Theft Auto from people trying to cancel it. Like when people try to ban things, it just gets people more interested. Like, oh, what's this? You're just bringing attention to it, and like not everyone's gonna have your crazy sensitivities to it. Yeah, it's
maybe that's a genius psyop. Maybe all these companies hire these fat ugly people and go
release the Karens. Release the Karens. It's a good business strategy.
Yeah, we'll get you to hate on our game so people know it exists.
John Gets Gaming says Tifa from FF7 remake should basically be Lara's body. She flips and kicks and such just fine. Remake Lara got impaled by rebar. It was never realistic.
Oh yeah, there was a weird thing about the Lara Croft reboots. The very first game, she died in a lot of horrific ways. She had like 1,000 death animations.
Oh yeah,
there's some sick bastard on that game. She has like a pipe that goes through her head.
I do appreciate that, so they don't just get repetitive, It
was good. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, some guy had to draw a lot of dead Lara Croft.
Yeah. Wolfsbane says, Gary and Az disagree about Tom King being good.
Who's in favor?
Yeah. Reaper, what do you have to say?
I read a little bit, and I was just like, it's like a teenage girl wrote it. I'm not into the story.
I wonder which one is in favor and which one's against.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, it's not my type of story.
What the fuck? Istar Loon says, I bought Hogwarts from a gender goblin in Portland. Wolfsbane says, Brie was cool in Scott Pilgrim until she got marveled.
She was nice in that movie Room too, that she got her Oscar for. She was very good in that.
People say she can act. I haven't seen those movies, but people I believe them.
Yeah,
there's the theory.
Prosthetic Head 32-bit says, if we ignore this cinema era, we can kill it.
Well, Zootopia's saving it.
Well, we're already kind of moving out of that bad era of film. Right now, we're just in a bland era of film.
Well, I loved Weapons. I feel like people are forgetting that this year. I think that was the one movie I can say that I really
Weapons was okay, man.
I liked Weapons a lot. I thought it was really good.
You know what?
Vex,
Nosferatu was okay. It was
yeah, Nosferatu was like kind of mid.
But... you guys suck. Okay, your opinions are invalid. Okay, let's go back to reviewing Marvel stuff. Okay.
Dutchy Hay says, since Knives Out 3 came out and it's hot garbage, which films would the panel say is the gold standard for murder mystery films? Top 3 best ones.
Does 7 count as a
counts?
murder?
Yeah. Oh my god! Wow! High five! Holy shit! If 7 counts, throw that in there instantly.
Does Silence of the Lambs count?
Yeah,
probably
kind
would.
of. Yeah, because you've got Buffalo Bill. Kind of is a Sarah cut. Yeah.
Well, I don't think it counts because we're aware of who the villain is the entire time. So I think
Yeah,
but it's
not a mystery. Yeah,
it's not a mystery. It's a detective.
Yeah, but that's the problem with Knives Out 3 is you know who the killer is within the first 5 minutes, but it likes to pretend that you don't. So
that's
it's
why
like
it doesn't count. It's fucking shit. I haven't even seen it, but it was made by fucking brown heads.
It's so bad. It's just.
Have you seen number 3? Yeah.
Yeah, I had to lead it on EFAP on Saturday. It's a special movie. We just ended up arguing about this, whether or not this is the worst movie trilogy of all time. It's not quite there because the sequel trilogy and probably the Jurassic trilogy are worse, but it's very high on the list.
People say they're good and they're shit.
No, it's because they're stupid, but the movies make them feel smart. So
The
like,
actors,
I don't understand it, but I trust Ryan Johnson, and because I like it, that makes me high status.
they like the
it just
performance of
makes
the
you
actors.
retarded.
The performance of the actors they like, and they don't actually fucking pay attention to any of it. That's one thing.
I can't stand Daniel Craig's southern accent. I
Yeah,
want to
I
punch him.
can't either. Yeah.
It's
Dude,
so over.
dude.
Yeah.
It's terrible. I'd say real quickly, The Bone Collector definitely is 7,
Oh, yeah.
1000%. And for some reason, I'm blanking because it's one of my favorite fucking genres.
Well,
legit.
True
I
Detective is a
love proper
TV
murder
show.
mysteries.
I don't True Detective counts.
Oh wait, The Gift. I always reference The Gift for a different reason other than its plot, but The Gift is a murder mystery. Keanu Reeves plays an abusive husband in that fucking movie, and it's the only time you get to see him like be a fucking aggressive Chad. It's for anyone who says Keanu can't act. I always reference that movie, but I reference it for that, and I totally forget it's a murder mystery. So I'll throw that in there.
I'm blanking on murder mystery films, in all honesty.
I don't know that many murder mystery films besides the one we've mentioned, because normally I just associate that genre with TV, like Poirot and Sherlock Holmes,
Yeah.
Agatha Christie.
I saw See How They Run a couple of years ago and enjoyed that quite a bit.
Well,
I think that was an Agatha Christie adaptation.
When I think of mystery, I think of immediately things like The Prestige and like an Attack on Titan. But like murder mystery is something specific. So
I
hard
remember
to
what
say.
I watched the other day, Wind River, which was pretty
Oh
good.
God, I love that movie. It's so depressing, but I love that movie.
Is it a murder mystery?
Well, yeah, kind
Sort of.
Hey,
Well,
do
yeah,
you
well, you
guys
know who
remember
that-
Insomnia, the one with Al Pacino and Robin Williams?
Oh
by Christopher
yeah.
Oh,
Nolan?
yeah. That's a good
That
one.
was a good one. Yep. Yeah, Shelby Oaks. Come on, you guys.
It's so fucking terrible. It actually is fucking off. I don't have a single good thing to say about it.
Buffoon says the mighty guy last gate versus Madara is so
Madara.
dope. It is
Madara.
whatever. It is so
no,
dope.
he
It is
misspelled
like-
it. He fucked it up. It's not your
Oh,
fault.
okay.
How dare you?
It's like Goku beating down a Naruto character.
I don't really know what to say about that, other than all I think about when it comes to that is like, man, you've built up these gates since the early seasons, and you're just gonna cheat. Like, the fuck? You're supposed to to die. It's absolutely
Yeah, his
Fucking
sacrifice would have meant something, but it was cool though.
supposed
Where
to
he
mean
just,
something.
he just runs over, fucking kicks him with like fucking Mach 5.
But they did that with Kasame, and it was much better of a payoff within the realm of him living. This was supposed to be a payoff of like, if you're gonna open the 8th one, you die, and then you do it,
Yep.
you don't. Like, that's some fucking Ray Palpatine shit.
And then
like,
he's not even like afterwards. He's just like in a wheelchair for 5 minutes. He's like, "Oh,
Yeah,
I'm gonna get."
the character he's describing breaks the show, and you notice on the pain arc, he was the only one who wasn't in the village, who's on some mission. Guy couldn't be there with the pain part because he just fucking breaks the whole show. He's destroyed.
Well, they kept going to like gate 6 and gate 7, and
Fuck
he say
the
like
gates.
after gate 3, your body has like significant damage. Like Rock Lee, when he unlocks like gate 5, is hospital bound for like fucking I don't know how long.
6 months or some shit. It's fun to see the consequences for it, but that's the point in the show where
And
they
then-
just gave up on consequences and rules.
Yeah, like Rock Lee and my guy are just using 6 and 7 and just fine. They're just
Yeah.
fine. They're just like, oh.
What was the
we're
point
tired."
of this then? You've just you've wasted it because it was an interesting premise in terms of understanding they have that potential, but what it's going to cost, because the show did these things well. Like resurrections would only result in some like a life for a life type thing. Like there's usually balance in the magic system, and that's around the point of the show where they lost their minds. So
Well, it's the Great Ninja War, and like 2 people die.
for fuck's
Fucking-
sake, don't even. That's anything past the pain arc isn't even worth talking about. Almost, just
Yeah.
forget all that. Yeah.
Get my chest says Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Wolfsbane says they both hate Tom King with a passion. Now I'm confused.
Tell me which opinion to believe.
Yeah, what's true? Wiznilly P says Brie was a sexy nanny in the show The League.
Brie also sits on cake and hot pants in that show United States of Terra.
Oh yeah, she was in that show. I only think
She
about that
was.
show for Tony Collette's performance, but yeah,
Oh,
young
yeah,
Brie
she
was
was-
in that.
Yep.
Yeah,
That was
She also wore that dress when she hosted the Tonight Show. She's got some titties.
She also was in the Godzilla movie or the King Kong movie, Skull Island, I think.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
But if anyone wants to see why Toni Collette is like one of the greatest actresses ever, watch United States of Terror, where she plays a mom with like what's it, Vex?
bipolar disorder
Yeah.
and multiple personalities. Yep.
Plays 3 distinct personalities and nails.
Oh no,
all-
it was more than that. It's like we got
really?
3 that were the main focus, but each season new ones would come out that were like
Mm.
parts of her repressed memory or whatever, and or like they'd come back from the past that her husband thought she had already gotten over. It was
Okay. Well, like if anyone liked I love this dude's name. I can never remember it though. But the
John
dude who played
Corbett?
Split? No, in Split. The guy who
James
played Split.
McAvoy.
McAvoy, yes. His performance reminded me of that. That's one of the things so it's even those are the 2
Oh.
ones that that I really think of where it takes a really special actor or actress to pull that off and have
Mhm.
each character be their own,
Yeah.
you know?
Mhm.
All what's weird is that it's an M. Night Shyamalan film that isn't shit, and I forgot it was M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah.
And then Glass
Then
comes
Glass
out, and I'm like,
and
oh, it
fucking
is M.
shits
Night
in your
Shyamalan.
face. Yes, it reminds you. Split was like this weird reprieve of like, whoa, hold on a minute. We might have oh fuck, and then Glass comes and you're drowning in a puddle, and Samuel L. Jackson's falling out of a
Destroyed
wheelchair.
Everything in Split.
Bro, I have this funny moment with Glass where like me and my friend were watching it. We're hating every moment of it, and it's like 40 minutes of just silence because we're both bored, and then 20 minutes of us crying and laughing like hyenas when Samuel Jackson falls out of his chair. One of the funniest things I've ever seen as an adult. Like I don't know why it cracked me up so badly, but it was like a mix of being bored and then seeing one of the most ridiculous things, and then add Samuel Jackson's acting on top of
He
it. Just the fucking
drowns in
cherry
a
on top.
puddle.
It's
He's
so
just,
dumb.
oh, he's like a child. He's drowned in a
It's so
puddle.
dumb.
That's how you kill Bruce Willis.
It's so dumb. Yeah, terrible movie. But watch Split and watch United States of Terror.
Taker610 says Mahler is releasing part 5 of 6 of his The Force Awakens review on the eve of the 10-year anniversary. Instead of
Fucking-
completing part 6 before the 10-year anniversary, he hated Outlaws so much he had to make a 17-hour review.
Indeed.
Finally.
Very good video. I had to help him out with the copyright for The Force Awakens Part 5 because it's been so long since he did a video that wasn't on a video game. So he's actually missed a bunch of YouTube innovations in the realm of copyright, like where it pretends to tell you where the copyright issues are and it just says that in the entire video. So
Yeah.
the trick to getting, one of the tricks to getting around it is that the YouTube Studio app on your phone is more accurate than the one on the desktop, as it turns out. So if you get a massive copyright thing and then the desktop says, hey, it's just this massive bar, you go on your phone and it's like there's a clip here and a clip here and a clip here.
Really?
That's very helpful, actually. You should
Ah.
maybe you should just roll that out platform wide.
Yeah, maybe you shouldn't be fucking retarded and tell us what the problem is so we can fix it. I just imagine what our lives would be like if YouTube's like, here, fix all this and you're good to go. Never. It's just like, it's fucked. Fix it. Go away. Like, that's what dealing with YouTube bots is like. They tell you nothing. And you have to just, we just have our own theories on how copyright works to be able to get past it. And it's interesting, even talking to Vex and Reaper, like you guys mentioning the flipping of the scenes. I don't do that ever. Everyone has to have their own tricks to get past copyright. That's how retarded. this
Filters,
shit is.
baby. Just put a
Yeah.
blur filter on it and you're good to go.
Oh, I should have done that. I do anything to get past it, really. I don't care. I have no qualms.
Memes are a good way. Like sometimes I'll be like, you know what? Can I fit a meme in here and cut this scene in half? And it gets, achieves the same thing. So just different ways.
My
to
one
save that.
copyrights the meme. I'm like, it's a fucking different show entirely.
Oh, that
Yeah,
shit's
it's
fucking
amazing.
That
insult.
annoys me. Yeah.
That's fucking
So good.
bullshit. You get copyrighted on a bit. That's how my Snow White video went down from that. I had a Finn meme just talking about the different males that got cucked out in Disney, and I had like a montage of Finn screaming Ray, and they snagged the fucking little bit of music in the background and fucked over my whole video. It was
So
such a
stupid.
setback. Ugh.
El Pequeño Billy says The Pale Blue Eye is a good murder mystery starring Christian Bale.
That's
That
on
was-
my watch list. Oh,
It was a
okay.
decent movie.
Okay, I guess not. No.
It's not
a-
terrible.
Yeah.
Like the whole Edgar Allan Poe is like a sidekick in it, and like, I just hate the ending with him. He's like, I won't spoil it, but I just don't like his motivation.
Hmm.
Have you seen it, Vex?
Istobobo says that the best whodunit is Witness for the Prosecution, 1957.
That's
So which
supposed to
better?
be one of the
Feeling
top
I've
ones.
Seen that. and
That
I
is
think it
supposed to be-
good, yeah.
One of the top ones. There's certain movies that give you more faith in those old school classics, and one of them would definitely be like 12 Angry Men or like Rosemary's Baby. I'm like, holy fuck, they knew what they were doing back then. I shouldn't be this skeptical about like old ass shit just because it's old. And that is one of the ones on the list that I feel like is probably on point based on the ratings that it has.
Well, I still haven't seen 12 Angry Men.
What
That's
the
a good
fuck
movie.
are you doing that? It's literally almost, it's one of the only movies I can say is almost
I've seen
perfect.
every parody of it though.
Really? Oh, that's a shame. I haven't seen a single parody of Tongue Every Man. That's weird. And there's
I've seen
different versions
Simpsons.
of it.
I've seen Family. I've basically seen the film through parodies.
Oh no, that's a shame. That's a like damn near
It'll
perfect
still be
movie.
really good when I'm watching it. I like it. Yeah.
Wolfsbane says, sorry, Tom King comments were about a previous super saying that Tom King being a decent writer. Both Az and Gary disagree with that statement. I'm still confused.
We're not
I
supposed to
don't know what
like
the fuck
Tom
you're talking
King, I guess, is what he's trying to get at.
Okay. Imperial Fist Stand says, to be honest, guys, don't really care about the Trump thing. It's not a great look, but look at Charlie or imagine Trump dying. So many would celebrate.
Wait, what Trump thing?
Well,
When
he
he
Rob
was-
Reiner.
Yeah, the Rob
Oh.
Reiner. It's bad look, man.
It's a bad take. And Platoon mentioned
take.
we've seen him handle this same situation way better.
The problem is that you can't claim the moral outrage of saying it's disgusting the way that left-wing people reacted to some left-wing people reacted to Charlie Kirk's death, and then say I have no problem with Trump doing functionally the same thing for Rob Reiner. It's a
Yes, you
hypocrisy
can.
charge.
It just makes you a hypocrite.
Yes,
Yep.
And most of the people are hypocrites. You can just go, yeah.
I know. I'm
it-
old-fashioned. I think hypocrisy's scummy, but I guess I'm not cut out for modern politics.
You're not built for this modern world.
It's not hard to be reasonable, and that's the biggest take when it comes to everybody when they see these type of things. You didn't have to say all that.
Luis Palo says Enrico Pucci from Stone Ocean was pretty interesting. He believed that if humanity knew their futures, they would be able to face it without fear or anxiety, bringing them peace of mind.
Is this talking about villains? What is
It's
this?
JoJo Bizarre Adventure. Yeah, it's a villain. He can fast forward time. That's his power. And yeah, he thinks he can basically just fucking. It's too long to go into, but yeah, he can basically fast forward. Yeah.
I'll believe you.
Yeah.
John Gets Gaming, last one here. As a One Piece and Naruto fan, I'd rather have filler arcs like Naruto than ruin the canon materials by slowing the pace to a crawl. I can skip filler episodes.
I agree, because in the end, if you're gonna watch Naruto, you look up the filler list, you skip literally half the series because there's a big chunk of it that isn't canon. And if you watch the canon itself, it actually flows pretty decently. It's flawed, but it's got some amazing characters and concepts, and overall, it's a really great anime. One Piece, they stretch it to the point where I just have no interest. I don't want to watch 1,000 episodes of it. Like, I don't know. It's really rarely you're gonna get me have a show that's I trust to maintain quality that long over that period of time. It's just a bit too much of a commitment. I've tried to watch the anime, the anime, and I quit. Tried to watch the real life show and I quit the same spot. I just can't do the One Piece thing. So
Yeah, Naruto actually managed to keep quite a bit of quality throughout that and Shippuden. I didn't like Boruto. I gave up on Boruto.
I didn't even watch.
Doesn't
that.
exist.
In fact, it exists. Yes, thank you,
Yeah.
Reaper. It doesn't exist to me.
It was so dull.
no.
But no, Shippuden was very, very consistent. Even if you watch all of the filler, the quality level is still the same.
What they did with Itachi is up there with Ned Stark in terms of writing. Like Itachi's storyline is like Ned Stark on crack.
Wow. Why didn't you just tell me that? Now I'm sold on Game of Thrones if that's how you're describing it.
Yeah, those are the two ones that I referenced instantly. Uchiha Itachi and Eddard Stark. Of just like,
Dang.
wow, what, like the best uncle and the best big brother ever in terms of the secrets that they held. Whew! And yeah, Itachi's is even more complex, significantly more complex, because let me think about that. It might be closer than I'm saying, but yeah, Ned Stark and Itachi, they're both some of my favorite characters of all times in terms of sacrifice, what a man's supposed to do, you know? This manly shit you ever see. What'd you say?
And he's got Riz because when Sasuke goes to stab him and he points to the throne, he's still sitting on it.
That fucking fight is just that, especially the opening is phenomenal. He beats the plot armor out of Sasuke and fucking it's just good shit. That's like peak anime moments in terms of writing and choreography. Like the whole Uchiha family and their storyline.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't know how this subject kept coming up tonight, but like, yeah, I'll flesh it out for you a little bit. But yeah, those two, definitely come to mind for fantastic characters.
Well, that will do it for the super chats. So thanks to everyone who sent those in. There were like 60 of them today. Jesus.
Jesus.
You guys
Naruto.
are wild.
Mm.
Oh, there's another one. Never mind. 61.
Oh no, money! How dare you guys?
Oh no!
Yeah, but it's
no.
Canadian money, so does it really count?
Does it count?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of. It still buys things. It's red.
Whiffed42 says, you all should be ashamed. None of you mentioned Clue, the greatest murder mystery movie of all time. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
I think
Christmas.
And
I've
another
seen
one
it.
came in too. Yeah.
Oh, it shows never gonna end.
Imperial Fist Dan says, oh my God, another one. What came out of the moral outrage? Nothing. Even if the right had the moral high ground on everything, it wouldn't matter. Moral high ground never does. Literally everyone is a hypocrite. Oh, well.
See, the thing about being a good person is that you be a good person whether or not everyone else is being good to you. It's not transactional. You don't abide by moral standards just because you expect everybody else to do that. You
What
are
about
good
money?
because it's the
Power?
right thing to do.
Mhm.
And
Integrity.
as long as you say, well, if they're not going to do it, then I'm not going to do it, then everyone is fucked because then it's a race to the bottom. It's basically Twitch.
Yes, but as long as you get to spit on someone, that's not why we fucking climbed out the caves in the first place?
You guys kind of just described women. In all honesty, women aren't friends. Women will only be friendly so long as there is something transactional that comes out of it.
Yeah, 99% of the time it's true.
The last one here, maybe. Bear Paw sent in a super sticker. So
What
Thank
is
you.
it a
What
sticker
is it?
of?
oh no, another one came in. Imperial Fist Dan. Politics is transactional though. We are fucked.
I agree that we are fucked, but I think it's because everyone treats it as fucking hell. They keep coming. There's another one.
Jesus
Another
Christ.
one. You missed one. There's one before it.
Merry Christmas
gee, that's
from
pretty
West
bad.
LAP and it to the C to the E. Merry Christmas. Chappie
Merry Christmas.
You know, we still have a couple more weeks before Christmas. Like,
Oh Jesus, yeah, we do. Yeah.
something
We're
like
still
that.
live next week too, aren't we?
Yeah, we're still live.
Well, yeah, you were mentioning like maybe like the best of the worst or best movies, worst movies. What type of setup you thinking? At least to round off the year, right?
Oh, well, just what we do every year is fine with me, but maybe we could, I don't know, everyone could pick
I don't
their-
know what you do every year, to be honest.
We kind of I get a list of like every movie and we try and get guests on so at least someone has seen one of the movie
Mm.
and then we review everything and it takes like 7 hours.
Oh yeah. It's good
Which
fun.
goes okay. So are you talking like just everything that came out overall, or are we talking like the good and the
Like
bad?
almost like all the major releases. So
Stuff that caught our attention, right? So like we're
yeah,
not
yeah.
tiny little things that nobody's ever heard of, like fucking weeb shit, but everything we actually care about.
yeah. Yeah. Stuff like
Yeah,
that.
Ah, man, there was a lot of slop, man. The
Yes, there
the
was.
summer of slop.
We
the
go watch
stupid
Chainsaw
Jurassic
Man.
crap.
Chainsaw Man's like the biggest animated movie opening, like, is it ever or is it Demon
I
Slayer?
think it was
shit.
one of, yeah.
It's weeb shit, and you gotta talk about it. Fucking, you're gonna watch a TV show and a movie to something you're not even interested in.
Someone did send. Was it Mark the Cyborg? Did you send me that? I know someone sent me that movie because I suggested I was going to maybe look into it. I know I haven't checked it out yet. I'll get around to it. Maybe I will watch some weeb shit. Who knows?
It's simple. It's easy watching.
I'd still Platoon for me. I just know you well enough now at this point. Attack on Titan, the characters and the political aspect would interest you more than a lot of other shows. That's probably the best place to start.
And then the ending is horrendous.
There's
Let
a
him
whole,
come to
it's,
his
there's a whole lot of quality before you get to that. And even then, I would actually love to discuss that with you in terms of what you think happens in terms of the payoff, like how you
I'll
feel.
get around to it. It'll be next year at some
So
point.
Attack on Titan for you and Game of Thrones for Cynic. Get on it.
Yeah, I
Makes
want
sense.
book reports from Pervious.
Yeah. Let's go around and thank the panel. I do see another one came in, but we'll actually get through the fucking show because we have done almost as much super chat as we did actual show at this point. Mr. Brooks, are you
Yo.
up to anything, sir?
Working on some scripts right now. Since Marvel is going to be a topic, I'd highly still recommend my top 5 Marvel video. I think I really do an extensive job of like breaking down the top 5 wasted Marvel characters. And as we already discussed, Wanda and Black Widow are definitely on that list. So for anyone who wants a refresh, that's a good watch. Definitely made it way too late, but I still think made a great video. Of the comparison of Deck the fucking dingus versus Wolf from AVP2, and
The dingus.
the information, the comparisons I came up with, I think are pretty interesting in terms of like the logic and the critical thinking of Wolf versus Deck, who's basically got brain damage. That's the only conclusion I can come to. So check that out if anyone hates Predator Badlands as much as I do.
That top 5 Marvel video is very good. I think
Thank
the
you.
last time you shilled it,
Yeah.
I remember. Yeah, it's a very good video.
That's one of my videos I worked the hardest on for sure.
Mhm.
Like 100%. That's one of my best videos.
And Reaper, what about you? Are you actually releasing anything? I know you just released something, right?
Yeah, I did the Rats, which fucking
Oh, yeah.
the spin-off movie to The Witcher. I'm gonna do season 4 of The Witcher, but I won't be done before Fallout, so I'll probably do Fallout first.
Yeah.
Fallout's
Then you
doing
can
weekly
Avatar.
releases though.
Yeah, but I'm slow and lazy, and I mean, I didn't even finish Last of Us. I posted like episode 6 4 weeks after the series ended, and then I didn't even bother with the finale.
Vex, what about you? What are you up to?
Thank you for having me. As always,
Yeah.
always a good time. I'm kind of busy with like editing projects, so all of my stuff has been pushed back, but there's stuff I'm working on. Trust the process.
All right.
Oh, and I'll be live reacting to the Mr. Hands documentary on Sunday. There you go.
Oh.
I just noticed, Vex, is that the guy from Scary Movie 2?
Yes.
The little hand
It is, yeah.
dude.
Guy with the strong hand.
Wait, actually, someone just reminded me in thing. I have a video that I started that I just decided not to do that I might actually continue. It was basically a rewrite of Ironheart's character. I keep going back to that Ironhead scene. I look at that one scene. I'm like, how do you have this?
Fucking good.
It's perfection in the middle of one of the worst shows ever and one of the
Yeah.
worst characters. But it's an insight into what she could have been. So if I can flesh out some things in my head, I think I might do a video rewriting her, even all the way back from her introduction in Black Panther. Just how do we salvage this? You know,
You're basically rewriting the entire character and the
Pretty
entire
much.
season.
pretty much. Which I don't want to do all that. So I need to figure out what element of it works if I'm even going to pursue the idea. So that's one thing.
Platoon, are you releasing anything before the end of the year?
Hopefully. I just don't know what and in what order, because the Stranger Things thing is turned out to be quite long. So that might be multiple video. I don't know. Depending if the introduction is longer than 3 hours, then it will be multiple videos. But then there's also Fallout, which I might do episodically, in which case that will be first. Or if there's nothing to say about episode 1, there's Avatar, which I would like to get out before the end of the year. So one of these 3 things will come out, at least, hopefully.
Well, having the problem with Stranger Things is that isn't it like the last part coming out by Christmas?
Last part, I think, is New Year's Eve. So the next episode drop is Christmas Day, and then the finale episode is New Year's Eve, I think.
So would you when they come out, because you'll probably be doing your review, are you going to try and like add them on to your review, or are you just going to do them separately?
Well, that's the question, because like the introduction at the moment is like history of Duffer Brothers, like basically everything they've ever done, including their college short films. I said this was going to be a short video, and then I go through all the seasons so far, but not like full video length. But it is basically looking like an hour for each season. So that's 4 hours for seasons 1, 2, 3, and 4, and that's before getting to season 5. So if that comes out the way I think it will, that might just be part 1 of a critique, and then season 5 itself will be part 2. But I haven't decided yet.
As
Looking
far
forward
as
to it.
I am going to, as far as me, movie cynic, I'm going to release a MCU Phase 5 Sucks complete review. I think it's coming out tomorrow, and it's I think it's like 2 or 3 hours long.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wait. Is that a one video, or are you stitching all of the other videos together?
Well, I'm stitching some videos together, but I completed it too, so there's all kinds of new content in there too.
Sorry, 2 to 3 hours is nothing now that I know a 17 hours.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it's not shit.
I know, like he
Whatever.
changed like he fucked everything up.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
fucking changed
MCU
the
video
game.
is like 1 hour and 40 minutes. That was long as fuck to me, but now it's like that's just chump change, eh? Jesus,
Yeah, changing the game.
that's fucked up.
Oh, and one more super chat did come in. I would.
We will leave one day.
Imperial Fistan says, like Boogie said, love you though. Merry Christmas though, guys. You do good work. Well,
Love
thanks.
you, though.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Yes, Mahler ruined long for everyone. You fucking-
All right, Platoon, take us the fuck out of here before
We are free. Goodbye.
bye.
Fuck you.